a good world. Good world gone bad. Where we stumbled around trying to find or be found in a good world gone bad. A turn on the news, a sad state of affairs. Half the people dying while the rest of us are splitting hairs. It's a good world gone bad. Believe what I say, we're all gonna pay for a good world gone bad. Everyone's tuned to the same frequency. WITFM, what's in this for me? It's a good world. Oh yes, a good world gone bad. We're all to blame, 'cause we all walk the same. Good world gone bad. We're all to blame, 'cause we all walk the same. Good world gone bad. You know we're all to blame, 'cause we all walk the same. Good world gone bad.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Citizens are advised to take the following steps. Stay alert to news media events or local emergency alert notifications. Avoid contact with the infected. If evacuation isn't possible, move indoors and initiate in-place sheltering. Use a gas mask, or if none are available, cover your mouth and nose with a clean cloth that has been soaked with a solution of 1 cup water and 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Also, cover bare skin and make sure that cuts and abrasions are covered. If exposed, remove clothes and seal in a plastic bag. Immediately wash off using copious amounts of warm, soapy water or a diluted 10-to-1 bleach solution. Since biological agents are being used to combat the outbreak, be sure to shut the windows and air intake vents to your shelter. If possible, stay upwind from the source of biological agents. Seek medical attention as quickly as possible after coming into contact with the infected or a biological agent. If evacuated, do not return home until local authorities say it is safe. Upon arriving home, open up all the windows and doors to provide natural ventilation. Do not attempt to try mechanical ventilation, such as electric fans, as an explosive threat may be present. Find out from local authorities how to clean up your land and property. Discard food and water supplies that were impacted by the hazardous material contamination. This is the emergency broadcast system.
Real bad boy.
shoes, world on my shoulder, a heart full of blues out in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt. Been real bad. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone out there? We're survivors held up in a warehouse. The zombies have overrun the city. Supplies are running short. Is anyone out there? Please, we need help. We're almost out of food. The zombies have been beating on the doors day and night for weeks now. I'm not sure how long we can keep them out. Hello? We need help.
You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me cheap. You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D. But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her would get to me, and if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D. On today's episode of Zombie Network News, your official UB source, our hosts, Slayer Woof and Nifty Original, are going to play Undead Blocks live, talk about Undead Blocks related news and information, and talk a little about Web3 content and life in general. Undead Blocks is a wave-based zombie survival game that is still in its beta gameplay phase. The full game is expected to release the end of 2022. You can download the game free at wagyu.io. Nothing said on Zombie Network News is financial advice. Always do your own research and make your own decisions. And now, a word from our sponsors. Zombie Network News is powered by FlyingPhoenixPCs.com, Quality Reborn. Go to FlyingPhoenixPCs.com to get your quality custom PC using coupon code ZNNUB at checkout for some amazing savings. They even have pre-built PCs with prices starting at just $700. Support Zombie Network News when buying your new PC from FlyingPhoenixPCs.com by using the coupon code ZNNUB.
Good morning, guys. So, as you see, it's going to be a little bit of arts and crafts because I don't have my Twitter page set up yet. But good morning. Welcome to Zombie Network News. We are going to be covering this here Twitter space as soon as it starts to go live. Let me just go ahead and hit refresh. Maybe it already did. Anyway, it is the Web3 Gaming and Hot Takes with Undead Blocks, and we are Planet Mojo. It is the Planet Mojo space. It is hosted by Planet Mojo. Grant will be there and answering some questions, and then we will answer some of you guys' questions after and cover whatever is being covered here. I don't know. I don't have a direct answer to what the topic is for this space. It might just be an update space. But good morning, guys. Thank you for showing up. I know I am an hour early. Twitter spaces don't work on my time. They work on their time. So we get to be here for this with you guys. Thanks for showing up, KG. Appreciate you being here. Who else did I see? Bluntly Comics. Thank you. See, that's what happens when we're an hour early. Nobody shows up. Everybody's to show up an hour late. Hey, Greg, what's going on, man? Because somebody timed out, I'm guessing, but okay. Oh, because you started, never mind, it doesn't matter. Interesting. Grant Kyle, you're like, man, you guys are fucking calling us too much.
Yeah, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
What? Oh, guys, I'm trying to get some sleep over here. Oh man, how was the rest of your night last night?
Yeah, fine. I just played like one or two more games or whatever I was playing. I don't even remember what it was, and then went to bed.
Did you get into the? You said you were into. Oh, what the hell? Need for Speed.
Yeah, I played a few races of that. It's still just Need for Speed, you know. It's always the same thing over and over. So
Yeah.
they add a little bit of graphics to it. Now it's kind of anime-ish.
Oh yeah.
It does like anime graphics when you go around corners and shit. So it's they added their own little spin to the flair of the graphics, but it's still basically the same game.
Guess you got to keep up with the times.
Yeah. Yep.
So when I play, like you can't hear obviously the Twitch space going on in the background, right?
Not from you, no. You would have to be watching. No, I'd have to be watching the stream side of your thing for it to duplicate the sound.
Okay, perfect. That's great. So then I can, because otherwise I can't hear the Twitter space unless I start up a whole other one. So that's great. Funny how their names are so close. It screws me up every time.
Whose names?
Twitch and Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that fudge did that happen?
Sneak on by.
Canceled. All right. Well, we're already here, so I guess we'll do our thing.
Go.
Don't know why it was canceled, but it has been. So yeah, good morning, guys. We are, well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's see what we're gonna do. I didn't even make my coffee because I was gonna do that while the space was going on.
I didn't even turn my camera on because I figured we were just going to be
We're just
doing
gonna do
the...
a space.
Yeah.
Well, we were ready. They weren't. So we're just gonna have to run a little bit earlier today because I'm not gonna shut it down just to start back up again in 40 minutes. So, yeah.
So you're saying I got to put clothes on now?
I mean, that's up to you. I guess as long as you're not on camera, you can do whatever you want. But the space has been apparently canceled according to Twitter here. Wouldn't know why. Because I was just talking to Grant maybe 30 minutes ago, and there was no notice of it not showing up. In fact, here's an ad for it that was just posted 35 minutes ago. Yeah, so I don't know. No idea what happened there. Oh, hey, girls.
Well, we'll have to just arts and crafts our way out of it. Morning, Light Cloud. How you doing today, dude?
Morning, Light Cloud. Good morning, everybody.
Need that.
So yeah. Let's go ahead and I guess I can boot up my game and you can boot up your game and
yeah.
We have stuff in the future to cover that's going to be really good, but I can't have anything that I have you guys to tell you today other than the fact that FlyingPhoenixPCs.com is going to be getting a weapon skin in the game. So that's going to be pretty cool for them.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That much I can tell everybody. But there's a lot going on the next week, guys. A whole lot going on the next week. You like how they do the partnerships and...
Yeah, and then they get, you get a partnership, you get a skin in the game. It's like you literally have skin in the game.
Yeah, right?
I mean, who wouldn't want that? You're in, I think people want to be a legend more than maybe they actually are, but, it's pretty cool to have your skin in the game. Like the guys who are like, oh, I won't take a skin. I want 50 grand. You're like, wait a minute.
Right. Why do I... Oh, I'm like, why do I not see you? Because I'm not on that fucking page. Big dummy.
Yep. That is definitely will do it.
Man, it's like, I literally... This is my, like, I'm still laying in bed now, like, dozing, getting ready to get out of bed, so...
Yeah. So you're a couple minutes behind schedule in your mind?
Right, my body still says I'm still supposed to be laying in the bed right now, and so we're playing catch up.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. I'm just getting everything set up to be able to go live here.
And like I said, we were expecting to have a Twitter space where we had a little bit of...
Oh, he's saying it's live. Grant just posted it. It's live.
Well, I'm getting it canceled, and it even says it on the Twitter thing.
Hold on, let's see. He just posted it in the general chat. So I said general chat. Everyone come hang out, Twitter Spaces. Let's see. Yeah, it's going.
Oh, it says it's a new link. Yeah, I got it right here. KG put it in. Listen live. Okay, good.
Up to we'll tag team it.
We're in.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm just got my game up. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes to start playing. So you could just keep mine rolling, right?
Thank you, KG,
Hey, good
for
morning,
that.
Mac.
Thanks, KG. You're a legend, dude.
Not sure
We're gonna
who
be
you are
quiet
yet,
now, and we're gonna
glad
listen
that
in.
you're here.
Mac's definitely a homie. Mac is an Undead Block sister game.
Awesome.
Okay. Mac, we can let you talk too.
The more the merrier. Grant, we're going to give it about 2 more minutes. We had some technical difficulty with Elon this morning, so we had to change the link, obviously. So we just want to give a little time for some people to catch up, if that's cool.
Happens to the best of us. No worries.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, if you're not having a problem with Twitter, chances are it's a scam, guys. So all of the listeners, now you know this is legit. And what's up, Grant? What's up, Kyle? Shout out to everybody out there, everyone in Web3 gaming. Things might be bad, but next year it's going to be fucking awesome because all of us builders out here are about to drop some really cool shit.
Come on, man. Come with it.
And it's almost next year. December tomorrow. Can you believe it?
No, I cannot. Jeez.
Mike, what better way to start off the new month of December with a Bills win in Foxborough on a rainy Thursday night?
I knew this was coming. At least we're going to get it over with soon. Right at the beginning. Yeah, I know. Even my wife doesn't think we can win. So we'll see.
I mean,
anything's possible.
we just beat up on the Texans over here in Miami, but I mean that's not really something to brag about. So maybe next weekend I'll have something cool to say about the Dolphins.
Do we have a Jets fan in the audience? We can just bring up all 4 AFC East
I was just gonna see
allegiances.
we have the AFC East here. Jeez.
You guys are talking smack way too early in this, man. I promise hot licks, but geez, let's not piss off everybody.
We gotta bring up a Jets fan somewhere. I'll give them like some undead token if they come up.
Oh man, maybe we should invite Gary Vaynerchuk. I think he'd go to blows with you on this one.
Right.
All right. Well,
I don't know, guys. You don't want to go toe to toe with Grant. I heard that Grant's got some size on him.
Yeah, just a few inches. But we'll go into that. We'll go into that in a few minutes. Now that we have come away from the NFL hot takes, I just want to thank everyone for coming. I think, Mike, do you want to jump into it? Should we wait another minute while you guys go over NFL? All right, so we'll get into it.
We've got a nice following on our Twitch, too, so we're actually streaming this live on Zombie News Network. So there are people on Twitch and Twitter as well, so there's the dual platform. Yeah.
Mike, why don't you show Zombie News some love, and let's go on and pin that onto the space.
Okay. I'm doing
Perfect. Well, Mike's doing that. Why don't we get going? Hey, good morning, everyone. Good evening, good day, whatever it is in the time zone that you're in. My name is Kendria. I head up a community for Planet Mojo. I'm joined today by our illustrious founder, Mike Levine, who's going to be on the ones and twos. And just want to do some cleanup stuff before we jump in with Undead Blocks. It's obviously going to be a hot day, hot licks going because he's got the squad and they're already live, as you guys could hear. But listen, we've been doing these Twitter Spaces. We started yesterday because we're bringing some of the hottest games projects that's going on in Web3 right now to just sit down and have a conversation with everyone and let's chop it up. And so today we've got Undead Blocks. Tomorrow we'll be joined by Avocado and PokerStart a Game. And that's going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern, and that'll be tomorrow. But right now, what I want to announce is we've got Undead Blocks. We've got Grant himself with his crew, and we're really excited to have. I'm going to jump into this, but I just want to congratulate Undead Blocks for being nominated as Best Shooter Game for for PokerStart a Game for their Game Awards that's coming up.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for that. On the one, I'm telling you, Mike is hot on these ones and twos.
Yeah, now that you've got me on this, forget it. It's over.
Thank you. Grant, listen, I'm throwing it to Undead Blocks. But before we start, I got to ask you, holidays are coming up. What's the one gift that you want, sir?
Well, we're going to be giving gifts all month long through Zombie News Network with Loot Coffin. And that's where we want to get to. From our perspective, we have everything that we need at Undead Blocks. We have a fun game. We're going to be on a browser. We're going to be on mobile. We're going to be on a client. It's like Oprah, like you get a console. We're going to be everywhere. We're going to be on the Web3 launchers. We're excited to really push this thing. And I think from our perspective,
I thought that was going to sound more positive. That was the hard.
It sounded sad.
It did sound sad.
Like, oh, only 50,000 daily active players.
All right, Mike, I'm about
to take
a better
one.
Away.
Mute me. Go ahead.
That's a better one. But no, I want to give people the gift of Web3 gaming. We want people to play for fun. We want people to play for money. We want people to know nothing about crypto, try our game out. So we've got a lot coming. Happy to answer any questions you guys might have. But yeah, we have a huge GameStop Loot Coffin drop that's going live on Monday. That's on the GameStop Marketplace. That's in partnership with Immutable X, our L2 platform. So super excited to see how that goes. We've been doing a lot of marketing in the Super Stonk Reddit, bringing in a lot of new people that know nothing about our game, nothing about our ecosystem, but find it fun. And that's giving us a lot of positive feedback. So happy to be here. Happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
Well, I definitely want you to get those 50,000 active users for your holiday gift. And before we really get going, I actually, since Mac mentioned it early, he said that he heard that you were really tall. And so I just want to make a confession on air is that Grant, we all met in New York at Animoca Partner event. And I met you. You had on a red hoodie. You were repping your squad, and so I met automatically like you were a cool guy. So we became imaginary like friends in my head, and so I gave you a nickname after that evening, and it's Big Red. So yes, Grant is very, very tall. Is it okay if I
I've
call
been
you Big
called
Red?
Clifford before.
Clifford.
Wow. I went to a school with black and red colors, high school, and we had red jerseys. So yeah, I've been called Clifford because I'm very tall. I was one of the tallest people in my school. Yeah, I'm like 6'7". I don't really fit well in a gaming chair, but yeah, I'll go toe to toe with anybody on the basketball court. So yeah,
Cool. Well,
I appreciate the Big Red. It's like the gum too, right? Like the Big Red gum.
It is. You were
chew me
spicy
up.
you were spicy that night. So I mean, it was just appropriate. So it's okay. I mean, can we be like real internet friends now instead of just in my head?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Big Red. So I'm gonna, so let's
get. I was a little thicker back then too at that Animoca party. I've definitely been hitting the reformer Pilates. This GameStop drop has taken years off my life. We are going to be the first pre-reveal NFT collection on GameStop Marketplace. It's like we're kind of teaching them how to do it.
Nice.
So it's actually taken years off my life and some pounds.
We don't want to do that, but continually be a Renaissance man. It sounds like you're doing that. So, why don't we go on ahead? Please introduce yourself and your journey into blockchain and Web3.
So you guys probably know my name by now, Big Red, Grant Hasley. I am the founder of Wagyu Games. So Wagyu Games is a game studio. We actually acquired a game studio in Vietnam, and we are making games on the blockchain. Undead Blocks is our first game. It is a PvPvE type of approach game, and people call it PvE. I think that they're just too close-minded. Basically, it's very similar to Call of Duty Zombies. There's some hints of Mario Kart in there where you're going to be able to compete against players, power them up, power yourself up, power them down. You can also work together to complete challenges, quests. It's a lot like Call of Duty Zombies in terms of like a tower defense game. It's a lot more fun though, because we're going to have ways for you to earn every single day, whether that's grinding in-game currency to earn NFTs or actually playing in our VIP daily earning mode. Lots of different ways to explore the maps that we're making. Our first map's a neighborhood. Our next map is a mall. We're going to have Easter eggs. We're going to have full character lore. A lot of fun stuff coming out. We're going to be on PC and Mac to start. Eventually, we're going to be on a web browser, so you can play on any browser, whether that's on your phone or MacBook Air or anything you want, and then just a straight mobile app. So all that's in development. We're super excited to continue building. We've been doing this since July of last year. In January, raised $1.7 million in a seed round. Animoca Brands led that round. That's how I got to that party with Mike and Planet Mojo and Andrew. What do I got here? Kendra, sorry. I don't know. I've called you Andrea before. I don't know why I keep doing that.
It's okay.
Kendria.
It's because I see the Rhea and I'm like, okay, like I get you. But yeah, we're super excited to continue building. We love Unity. We're building on Unity because it's much easier to port over to a 60 FPS on a mobile browser or an app, and we're super excited to continue putting in stuff. We have a sick weapon NFT collection coming out on GameStop, where you guys are going to be able to not only just have weapon skins, but chance to compete for some high ticket items, some Genesis Apocalypse packs. Definitely, what I want the audience to know is there's a lot of LARP out there, and working with Planet Mojo and Mike, specifically, it's very easy. Mike's been building games basically since the 1920s, and he's just like he's very clued in on what a good game looks like. We love their feedback. I think it's great that we're both in a similar dev cycle, and we're just excited to be sharing the stage with you guys. So appreciate you guys having us.
That was awesome. So I want to be a good hostess. So Mac, what would you like to say, sir?
Oh, I want to say what I want for the holidays, guys. I mean, gaming is fun and everything, but let's go back to football and see the Dolphins at the Super Bowl.
Oh boy.
You swing for the fences, and I'm going to wish for you. How about you, Lack? What's up with you?
What I would want for Christmas, I guess, is for us to probably completely shock the world with this next drop that Grant was talking about with GameStop. That's what I would like to see. I'm just sitting here chilling. I'm the Director of Business Development and Partnerships here at Wagyu Games. Come up here in case if there was anything that I could back Grant or anything. He told me to make sure I was in here. Just come in here and support and show all the love. I know David. I'm down here in Miami. I actually will be chilling with David and a bunch of other people. We've been at Decentricon and Metaverse Miami and quite other conferences, just down here having fun.
That's awesome. Like I have to ask you as a homegirl, I hear a Southern twang. Are you originally from Miami? I got my people come from Alabama. So I just want to represent.
I'm at Kentucky, right at Tennessee line.
All right. Howdy.
Nice.
I have something cool to share. So I actually nominated Kyle for Blockchain Employee of the Year for PokeStarter. And so Kyle will be up for the person that has made the most difference in people's lives in blockchain from an employee perspective. So Kyle has been nominated for that award. You guys should see that coming out in a couple weeks. So I don't know when they're going to release it, but he was our nominee for the award.
Mike, can I give you? Thank you.
You made me pray to use it. So that I had to.
That's awesome, Kyle. Congratulations, and thank you, Grant, for recognizing the unknown people who are making it happen in the back. Because as tall as you are and as personal as you are, not many people may know that. But congratulations, Kyle.
Well, Kyle does so many things that are very important for our ecosystem that no one will ever know. And that starts with like partnerships. Like he got introduced to David and Mech. Like he got us introduced to Cyber Crew. Guy was hanging out with BitBoy like 2 days ago. Like the kind of connections that Kyle just forged just by being himself. That guy from Kentucky who's just been mining rigs since 2011. Like he's very in touch and very clued into what we need to do from the blockchain side to really grow and expand. And I think that is crucial, because there are going to be a lot of people that come in with heavy marketing approaches for these Web 2 games and say, okay, how do we develop in Web 3? But if we've already solidified our blockchain partners, I mean, this guy talks to some crazy amounts of people. Like he was talking to Arculus about potentially making us a Wagyu card eventually, and just different L2s that we could breach, and talking about the tech. Like I need that kind of stuff because we're developing the game. We're putting on that marketing push. We need someone on the back end to really help us out, and Kyle really does the Lord's work for us. So thank you, Kyle.
Thank you,
Hey,
Kyle.
I just want to second that. I talked to Kyle, and me myself, head of community development. Like a lot of things go on behind the scenes that you need someone like me. You need someone like Kyle. This guy lives in Twitter Spaces almost as much as I do. I mean, I don't know anybody out there who works as hard as this guy. I mean, other than myself, of course, and maybe Grant. I mean, I'm not that close to you yet, but shit, as far as I can tell, I mean, Kyle's a machine, and he definitely deserves that. You got my vote. You already know that.
Well, that's awesome. I guess, Kyle, this is a love fest, but and we want to acknowledge you. And we're in that spirit. We're gonna move on to the next question here, so that Kyle doesn't, die from embarrassment, which is probably, I can see that you're red in the face right now, Kyle. But all right, Grant, what's the most important element that Web3 brings to games since Mech started us off?
I think I think about this differently than a lot of other Web3 founders, project groups. I think it has to be asset ownership or earning, because like you can build a fun game and your game can be a blast to play, but you're going to die if your game is just fun, but you can't either own anything or earn anything. Why? Because it's really hard to get people out of a routine. How do you walk up and say, okay, I got to get people to stop playing Pokemon. I got to get them to stop playing Call of Duty. Got to get them to stop playing Fortnite. if you make a game that is equally fun, they're still not going to change their behavior and their habits. But if you can come out and say, okay, I'm going to allow you to play Call of Duty, but you can grind for a gun that you can earn for free, and now you own that gun, okay. Or if I say we're running a $10,000 tournament in Undead Blocks, it's a lot like Call of Duty Zombies, but now you can compete and last as long as you can. That's a unique conversation that just isn't happening in Web 2 gaming. A lot of these Web 2 gaming studios are very afraid of NFTs. They don't need to take them on. They don't need to expose themselves to that systemic risk of, okay, now we're bringing in the blockchain. People hate it. They're going to stop buying stuff. Web 2 gaming is very profitable. And so you have to find a way to innovate where it's, you make the fun game, of course. That just has to be a given, but you have to give people a reason to give up what they're doing currently. It's not like you're just manufacturing Web3 gamers from scratch. The Web3 gamers have to come from Web2. It's not like you're not a gamer at all. You're just into crypto, and then you're going to just all of a sudden play video games all day. Like, that's not really how it's working. Like, right now in Web3, we basically have a small subset of people, nerds, myself included, who got into crypto very early, and now we're trying to push forward the Web3, the blockchain tech in the gaming. But the traditional Web2 gamer that's going to be on Twitch all day, that's grinding Fortnite or Apex, like, they don't care about that kind of stuff. We have to make them want it on their own time. So that's really, I think, the biggest issue is, how do you give them that incentive without ruining your economy, but bringing people in the door, generating outside liquidity and revenue to bring them in to say, you know what, this game's 85 to 90% of my favorite game in Web 2, but since I'm earning or since I'm owning my stuff, I'm going to keep playing.
Absolutely. Mike, what's your take on this, sir?
Well, no, I mean, it's sort of like cup half full, cup half empty as always. And I think it is kind of silly and ridiculous that we do have to say, like we do say, and others in the space say, you know, we're a fun first Web3 game, you know, but the reason we're saying that, we have to remember, is where the space has been the last few years. And the games that did exist before us were not always following that model, right? They weren't the funnest games. They were archaic, and they were really more about the earning than the fun. So, yeah, it is something like normally in games we take for granted, right? It's like, yeah, this is a fun game. Like, why else are you playing it? But we kind of have to, like, reposition this whole space to make people realize that there are fun games in it, like Undead Blocks, like Mojo Melee, and others, you know, that are coming, that I think are going to, like, reinvent this space and reinvent what it means to people, you know, when they start seeing these better games. So that's how I look at it.
The pendulum keeps swinging. Like, when we were in peak bull and people were making bank on Axie, Peg Axie, Thetan, they were making bank. They gave up everything else. Like, they gave up Fortnite, they gave up Call of Duty. These people were just grinding this kind of stuff because they knew they could make money, right? And so that's obviously not sustainable in the long term. But what it did show you as a game developer is, yeah, if you can structure a system where people come and make money, they'll give up their game. That's huge. That means that we can win with these people. Now, it's unrealistic to say that Undead Blocks with 30 developers can, you know, build a game with as much cinematic appeal as, you know, Call of Duty with 450 designers alone on their staff. Like, so it's all about realistic. Like, you get Web3 influencers come in and say, I just want to play a game for the fun. Well, you're not, at that point, you're not really even champion Web3 gaming. You're just championing fun games, and you can own your stuff. So the pendulum will always swing. You have to find that balance and concoct that balance where people say, damn, I'm not just wasting my life and burning my eyes and making my computer run to make money, but it's a lot of fun, and I get to own my stuff that I could potentially sell on a marketplace. That's cool. I get to participate in a microeconomy. That's cool. I can participate in sponsored tournaments. That's even cooler. So that's how we see it. I think there's a lot of overlap there with what Mike said.
That's awesome. I see that Mech's got his hands up. So let's tag you in, Mech. What you got to say?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, normally I just butt in, but I know that's damn near impossible to do with Grant up here going in harder than Kyle does. So, you know, wanted to be polite and raise my hand and all this time. But one thing that I believe in, a lot of these other projects that I've talked to actually see it the same way, is that us Web3 games. I mean, first off, Web2, Web3, we got to get rid of that. Everybody's saying onboard Web2 to Web3. I'm actually saying that we need to bring this Web3 technology into Web2. Find a way to make all of that better. But that's a completely different topic. What we're focused on and what a lot of other games see it as, where the industry is going to be next year, even stronger the year after. Us Web3 projects, we need to give these content creators something to really get behind and put out there. I mean, what we're doing at MEC, we're giving people the ability to make their own game. That's hard to do right there. And, that's going to give content creators a lot of leeway when it comes to the different types of content that they can deliver to their followers. What Undead Blocks is doing, I mean, these gaming tournaments, it's all about the community, growing the community while we're in this state that we're in. And, look at those tournaments, look at the quality of game they have. Content creators can go ham with that. It's limitless. And the games of the past, I mean, the money was there, but that's not something that anybody is looking for with these new games. You're getting those investor types, and some games do have something for them. You can still get in early with the NFTs if you believe they're going to do well, and there's plenty of ways to actually make a return if that's what you're looking for. But being fun and giving these content creators who really turn out to be your social media ambassadors, they need something to put out there. And that's what a lot of games are focusing on. That's where the fun comes from. That's where the AAA comes from. Everybody is putting their own title on it, but the main thing is people playing our game, we want to give them a reason to post it on social media and to tell their friends about it.
No, I think that's so awesome. And again, we're Kismet here because you threw out the word tournament. And I wanted to ask Grant, how do tournaments weigh in your game, in your economy? Let's talk about it.
Well, we have basically a 3-headed prong for how people are able to earn in Undead Blocks. Prong 1 is they can grind the game for free. They don't have to pay anything. All they have to do is just sign up with the email password. Very similar to CSGO. You play CSGO, you can acquire a loot coffin, then you buy the keys. In our game, you can grind the game. It's going to take you a long time, but you can grind the coffin. We don't even make you pay for the keys. You can open the coffin, and you can get a skin. Now, it's going to be very unlikely that you're going to pull something crazy, but you get to own those assets. You have that chance to pull something legitimately sick. So that's prong 1. Prong 2 is those tournaments, those sponsored tournaments. For example, we did a $15,000 tournament for Halloween with Immutable X. We did $10,000 with PokeStarter. We did $10,000 with Active World Club, $10,000 with Altera, another Web3 game. Like all of these games, what we've shown them is if we have a group of 5,000 players that are playing every single tournament and they're all into crypto or all into Web3 gaming or potentially open to it, not even just against it, it's a very unique subset of people to market to that you can't find via Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads. Like even paying an influencer now, so many people are afraid to shill anything because if it goes to zero, they're going to be ruined.
Grant, sorry to interject. I'm just curious with your tournament. So do you guys gate them? Do you have to own an NFT to get into them?
You don't have to own anything. You don't have to own anything for the free-to-play tournaments are like our version of Coinbase Learn and Earn. A lot of people are earning $1, $2, $3. There's not a lot of concentration at the top. Like most of our tournaments, if we do a $10,000 tournament, it's $500 first place. If you finish in 25th, you're already only making like $10. But we pay out 3,000, 4,000 people, and we have strict multi-account logic in place to prevent that, where people can't just make more than one account. It's one per household. So we know that these are unique butts in the seats, and they're all getting paid mostly $2, $3, $4 to come in and play the game for a weekend. We like that. Even if the people say, yeah, I had a good time, I had a meh time, like they'll give us feedback. They'll say, hey, I played this game, it was fun, or like it was a blast. So, and most of what we're seeing is in between. It was a blast that it was meh. Like they're saying this is an above average game and it needs work, which we know, but it's fun enough that people will come and play for $3, $4 for a weekend. So that is where the sweet spot is if you make it free to play, people now have an incentive. It's like going to the car dealership. Sometimes they run, $25 gift card, $50 gift card to test drive a vehicle. All it takes is one person for them to say, damn, I'm going to go buy this car, for them to pay off that entire promotion. We're taking the exact same approach. All we need is, 1% of people to say, yeah, I'm going to be a lifelong Undead Blocks loyalist because I played this for free, and they're going to reinvest in our ecosystem. So that's really the approach we take. And it's all sponsored, so it doesn't hurt our treasury. It's not like we're pulling money out of our own coffers. We're seeking out these Web3 relationships, making them a weapon skin, putting banners in the game, and putting their branding everywhere for a weekend, and they love it.
That's awesome. Mike, you want to toss in and say something as well?
No, I'm good.
You're good. Hey, Kyle, you got anything to say on that, on top of what Grant just said? No? Okay.
I had a little bit. I think I rugged a little bit. What was it? What exactly was he talking about?
Oh, sure. I'll repeat the question. Is how do
Tournaments.
tournaments weigh into your game and economy? What's your thoughts?
Oh, goodness. All kinds of things. The first event that we just done with the live in Nashville is just kicking off something that we're going to continue to do. That brings people not only in to play the game, but people to get educated, people to meet real people in events that you can have a drink with, go out to dinner, make a connection, networking. It was amazing. They're the event, Sixth and Peabody, that we had in Nashville. They have already asked us to come back. I've got some people that's wanting us to come to St. Louis, San Diego, Toronto, and then go international. We've been invited to go to Dubai, Africa, Philippines, Argentina, pretty much everywhere. We believe that that's going to be something huge. It's going to be able to have more in-person events while getting people out, especially something to do in the markets that we have right now. I think that that's going to be one of the things that brings the sentiment back into the markets also in the positive way. The online tournaments are amazing because it gives everybody on Earth access to that, even if they're not the first, second, third, 10th place. Just as Grant says, we do pay out usually at least 3 to 4, sometimes 5,000 participants. It's very huge to where almost every single one of them are free. We do hold a few of them that are exclusive just to our NFT holders or maybe some of the partners that we're working with, things like that. But it's very cool to see people come out, interact. That Nashville event was just amazing. There was over 3,000 people that come through that event. Now, that doesn't mean that they come and seen everything that we were doing, but there were flyers, there's banners. There's a lot of people that moved through this venue, and a lot of people knew just like the basics, like what Bitcoin was or what they'd seen on the news and things like that. We had a lot of people that actually come over and talk to us about what we thought was going on in the space. About unfortunately some of the negative events and stuff, but we really got to turn their sentiment because we showed them that we have real products, people really building. There was 6 other projects there. Mech.com, David was there. He flew in from Miami. There were projects that flew in from California, that flew in from New Jersey. I mean, it was very, very successful. I believe it was very successful and very cool. We had a lot of people that come out that got to get educated in things they didn't even know that was in the blockchain space.
Kyle, I want to piggyback on that. Really, what we're doing in the United States with Web3 gaming, we are pinnacle of Web3 gaming in the U.S. We are doing in-person events. We did one in San Diego. We did one in Nashville, like you said. We're going to be attacking these cities, these basically forging relationships with event providers and running LAN tournaments with our game. We can do this because we have a fun game to play. And it's unique where people, they can't play a Call of Duty Zombies / Mario Kart game right now anywhere on the planet. And I think in a world where we are moving towards a decentralized autonomous world in Web3 and crypto, bringing people together in person is going to be so huge. Not even just for our perspective to grow the game, but from a regulatory perspective. We can go towards regulators and say, hey, like, we are not just a bunch of people in our basement building this game. We have a full-time staff that is traveling the country, teaching people about blockchain, teaching people about Web3 gaming, paying people out, issuing legal documents, when people do earn prizes. Like, operating a Web2 business in Web3 isn't that difficult. You have to find people that are willing and committed that aren't just going to take the money and run. It's very difficult. Like, that's what, like, this bear market that we have entered was the worst for millions of people. What could happen to FTX was disgusting, and those people should be lambasted. But what it's done for games like Undead Blocks, for games like Planet Mojo, Illuvium, the non-fungible arcade guys, what it's done is it's allowed us to elevate above the fluff, above the puff that was just here for the quick money. They've disappeared and they've got destroyed. They got absolutely wrecked. And so that's really going to help us going forward because we are so young in this industry. It's my job, it's my personal job to tell people why you should play this game. You should play this game because it's fun, it's unique. You don't have to learn anything about blockchain tech, but I guarantee you if you download it, you're going to get hooked on it. You're going to say, okay, what's the next game? All it takes is one game. Like if it's My Pet Hooligan, if it's Illuvium, if it's Undead Blocks, if it's Cybercrew, whatever the game is, if that game gets to 500,000 daily active players, those 500,000 people are going to go on Google and say, what else can I play in Web3? That was fun. Like that's how we all got into imposters, because we were all sitting around during the pandemic and one group said, this is fun. And all of a sudden we're all playing it. So that's how these things work. It's our job to just bring it to market, have it be accessible. We want it to be skill agnostic. We want it to be platform agnostic. And we want it to be blockchain tech agnostic, where you don't need to know anything about any of those three items, and we're going to be in a good spot.
No, I think you're totally correct. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Oh, no, I was just going to ask Grant a follow-up. Is that, do you think a sort of Steam or a platform will emerge for Web3 games? I know, you and us are both, probably working with several of them. Because, right now, I feel like a lot of these games are sort of siloed, right? And, I guess just what you're feeling on all that.
They're definitely siloed. I mean, there are some good Web3 launchers out there. Elixir, it comes to the top of my mind. Flame is another one that we've spoken to. Blue Mint is another one that we've partnered with. They did a $10,000 tournament in our ecosystem. And I think you're right. I think we need it. But I think that IP for one game has to bring it there. Because if I don't think a launcher is going to motivate people to get into Web3. I don't think a gamer is going to say, wow, I learned about this new launcher that has all these cool games that you can earn money from. I think it's got to be one title where it's accessible to the world and it's not something that's gated based on skill. And that's what's going to explode. And if that game is on said launcher, then I think that gives that launcher an opportunity. I just don't see the world where people are saying, I'm going to get into Web3 because I heard about the launcher. I don't know. I could be wrong. I very well could be wrong on this. But if you see games that are on the Epic Games Store right now, like Superior, for example, not a lot of people are playing Superior because you can own an NFT. They're playing the non-NFT version that they have to pay for, and they say, oh, this is good. But there's also comments of people saying, don't support this game developer because they have NFTs. Fuck that bullshit. I think that it's going to be a mixture of both, and I think the game has to take it there. I think that's why we're building in the web browser, we're building a mobile app, we're building in the Web3 launchers, because we're basically throwing the darts out there and saying one of these fuckers is going to stick, and we don't know what it is. But by having a game first, we can basically throw all that spaghetti on the wall. I know I've used that phrase 1,000 times in these Twitter spaces, but
I got to ask you though, this is really interesting that I haven't heard this, that you're making a browser version. Because, Planet Mojo, Mojo Melee is starting in the browser. We decided that from the beginning. I'd love to hear your thoughts on why you guys are doing that.
Well, I think in technology, any single time you have to have someone download or click another button to do something, I think it's a potential exit point. So that's been one of our biggest pain points is, hey, I don't want to have to keep updating this launcher every single fucking day. We're pushing out updates weekly at this point, bi-weekly. They don't want to have to update everything. So, we learned from that and we're pivoting on that. We're using Meta One Network. Basically, they're able to run our game through a virtual machine using cloud-based technology where you can get 60 FPS from a MacBook Air. So you get 60 FPS from your phone. Doesn't matter where. It is going to be a portal straight on undeadblocks.com. You're going to go right there and click play now. It's going to have a random de facto account set up. If you want to save your stuff, then you can create your own account on our website, and that's how you get in every single day. I mean, I'll be completely honest. I don't want to throw shade, but EV.io really talks about being one of the only browser-based shooters. We're coming right behind them, and I think our game's a lot more fun to play. If you're playing EV.io, not hating, but we know what's out there, and I think throwing everything at the wall. If you want to play on a client, go ahead. If you want to play on a browser, go ahead. It goes back to that Oprah thing. You get a platform. The only thing we can't do is Xbox and PlayStation, right? They're intimidated by this kind of stuff. We've spoken directly to Microsoft and their games listing team. It's not going to happen for now. But even if we get on browser, I have played Undead Blocks browser on my phone with the mapping. We're just finishing some PNGs and finalizing some of the mapping. I can now walk around on my phone, connect to a blockchain node in Washington, D.C. or Ottawa, and play at 60 FPS. If you're sitting in the Philippines, now if you're just playing on your Android, you can connect to our node in the Philippines or in Vietnam, and you can play 60 FPS, play for free. Like, that shit's going to be insane. And that's what's coming, in the next 3 months. That's how we get to 50,000 daily actives. You don't get that by gatekeeping under a client or just by sitting on Web3 gaming browsers. Like, we have to put ourselves out there with a mass marketing push, talking to content creators. We got some guys from FaZe that we're finalizing a deal with. FaZe Blaze is one of them. He's one of the top zombie streamers for them. We've spoken to Noah J, who's a big zombie streamer. Like, these guys are open to it. You'd be surprised. They have nothing to play. I think you touched on that earlier, Mike, is the first iteration of Web3 games were just clear yield farmers. Like, look at what's happening with some of the wash trading on some of these L2s. It's yield farming. Like, the people will go where the money is. But if you can give them an opportunity to play something for fun, where the earning isn't guaranteed, but the option is there, I think you really have a cocktail for success, and that's exactly what we're going to replicate.
No, yeah, and I think. Oh, sorry. I was going to say. I think like you. Sorry, Kendra. And us. Like, we both chose games that are competitive, esports friendly, tournament friendly. Like, that was done very intentionally for us because it just really works well in the Web3 space.
It does. You can't look. These campaigns aren't going to work in Web3. Like, I know Modern Warfare 2 campaign is sick. Like, it's not going to work here. Like, what are you going to do? Own your campaign? You could sell it. Like, we have to have multiplayer, rep your clout, have different iterations and characteristics of characters. That's what Planet Mojo does insanely well. That's what we do decently well. We do it very well with the skins. We need more characters. But for the weapon skins, our weapon skins look insane. They're awesome.
Yeah, some of our I saw the one featured, I think, on the Gamer 3 Awards. That one looks amazing.
That's probably the clown bat. That's a good one. We have the RPG skin, the To the Moon skin for all of our GameStop maxis. We have a super stonk paddle, so people can give those edgies a paddling. It's like whatever people want and really identify with, we're going to put it in our fucking game. Like, GameStop got so mad at us for running that super stonk giveaway, and I'm like, fuck them, dude. Like, we need people to play this game. Like, I swear to God. GameStop's legal counsel and I are not good friends. It's like talking to your mother-in-law.
Well, Grant, listen, before you make any more enemies, I'm going to jump in here for a second. And I just need to acknowledge we got an OG that just entered into the space. Mr. Board is here. So I just want to thank you for being here and want to offer you the opportunity. If you want to jump on the stage, we always want to take time to listen what you have to say. And if you want to do that, let's bring you up. Just request. And Mac, I've seen you there so patiently holding your hand up. Why don't you tag yourself in, and we'll see if Mr. Board wants to come up and talk to the people.
Yeah, definitely, guys. You already know that I can't ever interrupt Grant. I mean, I don't know. Like, he's a talking machine. Plus, I actually love what he has to say. But I've got a few things I wanted to chime in about. I mean, the whole situation with FTX. I know that was a few topics ago. All of us up here go through these ADHD-fueled rants that actually turn out to be a fucking awesome speech in the end. But what happened with FTX? I mean, it's horrible. Obviously, like, I would not wish that upon my worst enemy. I mean, all right, let me take that back. Maybe upon my worst enemy, but nobody that I like to talk to in Web3. But, what it actually did, I mean, it opened a lot of people's eyes. It got a lot of people out of the space because these exchanges, that's usually a safe haven for those who aren't as familiar with the technology as we are. We all know, not your keys, not your crypto. You better have a ledger. You better do this. You better do that. Like, we know the game. We've been here. But those new people, they're going to FTX. They're going to Coinbase. They're going to Crypto.com because, those big companies are spending the money on marketing and it looks safe. They compare it to the banks and assume that they might be FDIC protected, this and that. But, look what happens. Those people, the new members, people who are coming into the space are looking for those legitimate companies to get involved with. I mean, what we're doing at MEC, like, when you raise VC money, you've gone through the due diligence process. You're legit. People know that you're doing something. And then you tack on experience. Yeah, they've run a business. They've got an in-house marketing department. They've got people doing everything that you need to do. That's what the new members, that's what new blood inside of Web3 is going to end up flocking to. So, Undead Blocks, obviously you guys know how I feel about you. I'm definitely going to look more into you guys over there at Planet Mojo and, see what we can get going. But that's one of the most important things, like making everybody see that there are legitimate companies out here and we do play by the rules. We do shit the right way.
Absolutely. No, I think those are all really great points. And yeah, no, we'd love to vibe with you, Mac. Just Grant will know how to get you in touch with us. But why don't I want to move on to something now, because you guys have already kind of like dipped your toe into it. But at this stage, I kind of want you all to pull out your crystal balls, because I'm going to ask you a very deep question here. And so what do you guys see in Web3 gaming in the next 12 months? I'm looking either for like predictions, some type of collab, what's going on with traditional gaming. Go ahead, Mike.
Or their hot takes, since we're already at 10:50.
Yeah,
just like predictions, your hot take, on sort of what's coming up, that kind of thing.
Mike, I think for the holiday season, I'm totally down if you want to push another 10 minutes too. We did have that. That early.
We started late. Yep.
Yeah, I'm totally fine. In the spirit of holiday season, I'm good for a hot take. I think my hottest take will be that Mr. Beast promotes a Web3 game in 2020.
That's spicy.
Ooh.
That's good.
No,
I'll be completely honest with you guys.
No comment on that, but wait till next year, guys.
Yeah, it's a coming because.
We've gotten quotes from top 10 gamer streamers in terms of promotion. They want $500,000. I don't have that right now for them. They'll do it. They're open to it. I'm just saying there's a lot of money that's moving out of esports right now. If you actually look at the dichotomy of esports, everyone says it's the future, but nobody's making money. These Web2 esports organizations, they're not making money. Look what happened with Nadeshot. Look what happened with those boys. Like they moved into a house in I don't remember all the specifics, but basically some of the content creators for 100 Thieves moved into a house and they said they weren't making any money. Those people are very much down to promote Web3 games, but there's nothing that looks even remotely close to Fortnite, nothing that looks remotely close to Call of Duty for them to even touch right now. We want to be one of those games where we're 90% close, but we're good enough where we have our own fun and unique gameplay loop. But yes, these content creators are coming. They want money. They're hungry. They want to get paid for their content. They're good at what they do. The more that these content platforms saturate, like TikTok, like Insta Reels, like YouTube Shorts, the more that these people make content, like kids are going to grow up saying, I want to be an influencer and a content creator. Like it's going to be much more difficult to get that bread. Like we're entering a new stage of content creation. And I think that's where Web3 games can really win, especially with blockchains that are very flush with cash. I'm thinking about Aptos. I'm thinking about Polygon. I'm thinking about all these different L2s or new blockchains that have raised a lot of funds that want to deploy and they want to go Web 2 from Web 2 to Web 3. What better way than to target a content creator and influencer? So that's my hottest take, because I think Mr. Beast is going to promote something.
Well, I will say, though, I think the key with, influencers, content creators, streamers is not just paying them off to show your game. And, like what we're really trying to do is getting long-term relationships, a little bored, with content creators that are mutually beneficial, where they have skin in the game, pun intended, and like you can do sort of mutual, and this is where the Web3 comes in, NFT skins that are, like you're saying, based off their content and that are for their audience, and revenue splits and sort of more long-term goals where they can help grow the game. Because I'm just leery of people are really smart, and if one day Mr. Beast shows one game, and then he moves back to Call of Duty or whatever, everyone's not going to give a fuck, right? Like it has to be a long-term commitment.
That's awesome. So I want to hear from you, Mac. What's your prediction for the next 12 months, sir?
I mean, what I think is next year things are going to get a lot better for the gaming space. A lot of these individuals who are streamers, who are, quote unquote, the pro gamers, I mean, they're definitely looking in. All of these big Web 2 gaming companies, they're also looking in, but it's a different level. They're watching to see what the legitimate companies do, because those are going to be the targets, the takeover targets for the big boys once the regulations come into place. And they're watching even closer than the gamers are watching. This technology that we've got here, this isn't going away. It's only going to get improved upon, and it's going to end up being applied to so many different areas of industry. We're literally at the beginning, and gaming is going to be the area that gets affected most in the shortest amount of time, because look at the numbers. I mean, the gaming space, more money is in it than movies, more money is in it than TV, and that is prime for this new NFT digital collectible innovation. I mean, the streamers, just like Grant from Undead Blocks, I mean, we're talking to a lot of people. We've got some big names on our cap table, and trust me, they're looking in, and we are talking to a lot just like them. Anybody who's legitimate out there, they're doing their due diligence, and we're getting all of our ducks in a row for, that one catalyst that sends the industry on the upward trajectory. I mean, everybody's waiting, everybody's making sure that what we're building is right for our community, is right for the industry, and getting out that product that we've all been, promising everybody. But these streamers, these content creators, they're waiting to get in. And, if they like something, if they really want to get behind you, that $500,000 price tag might not last. So
that's a good segue, if I can just interrupt for 1 second, because we just had Board Elon join, is in the house, and I'd love to get his thoughts on what you were just saying about content creators. Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, hey, thanks. Great conversation, Mike. It's been such a pleasure working with you. I think your perspective is right. I think what's happening with gaming creators is similar to what started happening about 10 or 15 years ago with kind of traditional celebrities. It moved from, we're going to pay you to just, shoot a commercial and show this product in an ad, to you're going to be a co-founder of the company, right? You see all these celebrities starting like beverage brands and being stakeholders in the product, being the creative director for a brand. I think that gaming creators basically have been just treated as another advertising platform. You get X and you talk about this game or you stream this game. But these people are putting their hearts and souls into games, and now are getting the opportunity to co-create with them, right? I mean, we did a very small version of that with you, Mike, and Planet Mojo, and that's great. And that creates a huge incentive for somebody like myself or other creators to keep talking about your game. It's not a one-time transaction where you pay X dollars and you get a plug. If I have skin in the game, I'm going to keep talking about it because my custom board skin is in the game. Like, I want to keep selling it. I want to keep getting people to come to this game and to play with me. So I think it's a really powerful model, and it also takes away power from the platforms. Like, a lot of us have seen the recent changes Twitch has made in terms of like revenue splits and what type of content is allowed. If you're a content creator and you're sort of at the whim of these platforms that have a chokehold on how you make money, it can be a scary thing, right? They can just flip a switch and half your revenue goes away. Whereas if you are distributing, your sources of revenue into, various partnerships, I think it's a win-win both for the creator and for the audience that, doesn't have to support them by watching ads, but instead can just purchase things that they think are cool in games. So I love the direction things are going, and I think I agree with all of your perspectives on, this is a much-needed change.
No, thank you, Board, for jumping up. This is amazing, and I want to be considerate of the time. I know Grant was good enough to give us some more time in, but I really want at this point to ask if there's any questions in the audience. If you guys want to go ahead and lift up your hands, and we'll take a question. And if not, then we can probably get into like the last big question that I have for Grant. I know that he's going to have some great opinions on this. But if you in the audience have anything that you want to say, go on and make a request, and we'll get you up on there.
Grant and Kyle for president.
Thank you, Mac. Well, I'll tell you what. While we're waiting for that,
we have a few. If you want me to let them in, it looks like.
Yeah. Why don't we at least take one while you're queuing that up? I think I'm going to take a good segue commercial here to let everyone know who's just joining the space that we're doing these spaces with some of the greatest content creators projects that are going on in Web3 right now, and just have an opportunity to chop it up at what's going on in our industry. I want to let you know that this is continuing tomorrow. Next up will be Avocado and PokerStarter Gaming. We'll be here at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we'll have details posted on that a little later on. I want all of you, since we're on gaming and we've got one of the hottest games on with us, to let you know that we are starting our play testing again, and that's going to start, it's going to be all weekend at 5 p.m. Eastern on Friday. So come to our Discord. You'll get all the information in our announcements channels, but we're really excited to be able to open up play testing again, and everyone is invited. And the last thing, this is a very hot take from me. You've heard it here. We are doing our KOL charity SmackDown tournament. Mike, that would have been a great place for a siren on a hand clap or something. You're like, thank you. I appreciate that. And so that's going to be on next Friday. Details are coming. Reveals are coming. But we're very excited about that. Mike, do you have a question up for us now?
Yeah. Here we go. We will go with Flu first.
Flu,
you got the mic.
Hey, sorry about that. So the upcoming Undead Blocks loot coffins, I'm to understand that this is on December 5th, right, Kyle?
Yes, sir.
All right. So regarding that, how do you stay so handsome, just like consistently?
Well, you gave me all your products that I could use to make me look kind of like you, because I'm trying to get up to your level. I'm trying. You've got the cowlick that comes back a little bit more. I got to grow my bangs out a little bit more to get that cowlick to come over. But Grant's been telling me I need to grow my hair out, so maybe I'll do it.
All right.
It's a sauna twice a day.
Kyle,
It's a sauna.
Kyle hits the sauna right around this time, so he's actually working overtime right now. But
Thank you
appreciate
for that
you,
question.
Flu, for coming up. Yeah, the GameStop loot coffin drop is on the 5th. There's going to be 25,000 coffins. They are anywhere priced from 0.01 ETH, so about $10, to 0.03 ETH, which is $30. So varying quantities of each coffin. Super excited to crush this drop. And within the coffins, you can get weapon skins. You can also earn Genesis and Apocalypse packs. We also have other goodies that are tossed in the coffins as well. We're going to be GameStop's first pre-reveal NFT collection, which is super cool.
That's amazing.
And we're excited to, again, this could blow up horrifically in flames, but it could go very well. And I think it will go very well. We've been working actually directly with our devs and their devs, teaching them how to do a pre-reveal, which has been great. So super excited for this. Definitely excited to get the GameStop community in. We're at over 5,000 entries right now for the Super Stonk giveaway. If you guys are a member of the Super Stonk Reddit, or if you want a free Super Stonk cricket bat that you can use to smack zombies in the face, we're giving them away on our Reddit channel. You can also hop in our Discord and enter there as well. So yeah,
Nice.
it's super excited. It begins on Monday. So we'll be a couple of sleepless nights through the weekend, but we're going to make it through. We're all going to make it.
You can play
Hey, sleep
Mojo
is for
Melee.
Web 2, guys.
Yeah, you can play Mojo Melee through the weekend, and then Monday you start playing Undead Blocks.
there you go. You got
Perfect.
you got a whole weekend recap. What's the other question?
We got another question from LightCloud.eth.
Hey, Cloud, make your way to the stage. You're up.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I got two questions. My first question is, when can we get a Planet Mojo skin in Undead Blocks?
As soon as Mike sends me over some brand assets.
It'll be really fun to watch like vegetables be shot up, with that's a sick spot. Yeah, let's make it happen.
And my other question
Vegetable Mojo
is, what other, surprises can you give us? Because you said with the GameStop drop, there are a few hidden surprises that hasn't been released.
So there's going to be different skins. There's going to be Genesis packs, Apocalypse packs hidden in these. We actually have to be very careful with what we can and can't do with GameStop. We cannot promote any assets that talk about earning. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to funnel it through Zombie News Network. We're currently live on Zombie News Network if you guys want to follow our Twitch. And so you're just going to have to hold a coffin. If you're holding a coffin, it's going to be called 30 Days of Giving. Again, more details to come on this. We're going to put out a Medium article. But there's going to be 30 Days of Giving. We're going to be giving away limited edition skins, weapon packs, anything for people that are holding any of the 3 tiers of coffins. We're going to be doing it every single day on Zombie News Network leading through the Christmas season. So stay tuned. But those skins that are directly what you're getting on the GameStop Marketplace, they are purely cosmetic. They do not have any earning. They're just for fun, rep your clout. But we are able to send, some cool airdrops out to people that do participate in the coffin drop from some of our previous NFT collections, as well as some stuff that's never going to get released again. Like we have our Thanksgiving skin that we haven't given away yet. We've got some Christmas skins that are going to be given away. We've got some there's a roulette skin that we had designed. So more to come, but it's going to be super cool. It's going to be a lot of fun the entire month of December. It's giving, and you guys have been with us since July of last year. So super excited to really just, bring it all back to you guys and just do, what a lot of Web3 games that can't do is just continue to provide value for you guys. I just
want to know if there's going to be a zombie Santa.
A zombie Santa? We do not have a zombie Santa, but we do have a football-playing Santa, which could be another great segue to tomorrow's game. But the boss zombie here we go again, spinning the wheel. Would love to know if there's still any Jets fans in the audience. But there are zombies. Our boss zombie is a football-playing zombie. He's huge. He's way oversized compared to the other zombies. He's almost impossible to take down. He's wearing a helmet, so you can't headshot him. And he's super cool.
This is good. Yeah, our former 3D artist made a zombie Gronk 3D model. I'll have to show that to you.
So Grant, you are sorry, Mike. So Grant, you are the perpetual hype man, and so I won't even ask you to show because you've done such an amazing job of showing what's going on in the land of Undead Blocks and what's coming up. You guys, please take advantage of that. But Mike, I want to roll it back really quickly because I didn't ask you what your hot take was, and so I'm going to give you an opportunity to do your hot take and chill Planet Mojo. You got it, Mike.
Well, we have one guy who's been waiting here to ask a question for a while, so do we want to let him ask that?
Yeah.
He's still here, Munazir, real quick. He's been very patient.
Well, let's get him up, and then while we're getting him up, then you can go on ahead and answer.
Well, really, you said it already, Kendria, that, first we're getting back to play testing. We took a little pause, so come to our Discord, check it out over the weekend. We've added tons of new features to the game. All the meta, first pass at that is in there, the progression, the ranking. And each week, as we're going to be doing these each weekend now for the next few weeks leading up to the holidays, we hope to get more new features in the game for people to check out. So we're really excited about that. And of course, this big KOL tournament, charity tournament that we were going to be doing next Friday.
That's awesome. So why don't we bring up, it looks like Muzira is up, and I'm sorry if I didn't say your name correctly, sir, but why don't you unmute yourself and ask your question, sir? Thank you for your patience. And while he's unmuting himself, just after this last question, we're probably going to wrap it up. So again, I just want to recognize, board, thank you so much for your time today. Grant, Big Red, you are the man. Mech, we appreciate you being here. Kyle, you and I have to get together and talk about facial products that Fluid put you on. And we really just thank you for all your time. Muzir, do you want to unmute?
I don't think you will.
He's unmuted. Okay, nope, he's on.
No, he is, because now he's not a speaker.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and say what you want to say, Mike, and enrich the people.
No.
All right.
Good. I just thanks Undead guys for coming. Grant, good luck tomorrow night. And you never know. But no, I'm really excited. Let's figure out how to keep collabing, doing stuff together. I think the best projects in this space need to work together and lift everyone up. We're really excited to be fully launching the game soon. Next year, bringing it to mobile early, and just really bringing it out wide, start doing tournaments like you guys are. So yeah, we really, look up to projects like you guys who are just ahead of us and paving the way.
Awesome. Well, I can't say any better than that. But just to remind you all that we'll be back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern doing it again with Avocado and PokerStarter Games, which, how did I even forget? We have been nominated, too, for Game Awards for PokerStarter. So I want you guys to go over there, vote for us.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mike. And with that and the lack of my eardrum now, I'm going to say goodbye on behalf of Planet Mojo and our team and our founder, Michael Levine. We really appreciate your time and looking forward to do it again tomorrow. Thank you all, our speakers. Really appreciate you. Grant, Big Red, my dude. Can't wait to see what's coming out next.
Guys, thank you so much for having us. Absolute pleasure. Super excited to see how Planet Mojo develops. Love you guys.
Yeah,
Mike,
yeah.
good luck tomorrow night to you as well. I'm gonna say 24-20 Bills. It's gonna be close, cold, rainy night in New England.
Yep.
It's gonna be close. Spread's 4. I think I'm gonna stick with that number.
It's all gonna come down to the turnovers. We'll see what happens.
All right, guys. NFL coming up next. Take care, guys.
See you guys.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Zombie Network News is powered by FlyingPhoenixPCs.com, Quality Reborn. Go to FlyingPhoenixPCs.com to get your quality custom PC using coupon code ZNNUB at checkout for some amazing savings. They even have pre-built PCs with prices starting at just $700. Support Zombie Network News when buying your new PC from FlyingPhoenixPCs.com by using the coupon code ZNNUB.
All right, guys, there was a lot of stuff covered there, so I'm gonna let chat decide where we start. What do you guys want to start talking about first? I have all of that stuff that Grant just dropped. Where are we gonna start?
I'm over, because I'm having a bit of a seizure myself, so I can imagine what the crowd is thinking.
There was a lot there. There was a whole lot that he said that him and I literally just talked about last night, and he was like, "Oh, we're not gonna talk about any of this for a while," and then he just dropped all of it in the fucking first fucking space he's sitting in. Like there's like 4 things we talked about that I'm like, oh, well now okay. Like that's like out of the entire hour and a half conversation that we had yesterday, he just dropped almost all of it. So I'm like, well, good. I don't have to make sure that I'm being super like on eggshells while we talk for most of it. So yeah, I can answer most of the questions. Some of the stuff, like he said, I won't be able to go into like full detail until like a medium comes out for it. Just because mostly because I don't want to butcher it, like the 30 days of giving. I don't want to tell you guys exactly how it's going to work, and then it gets changed between now and the couple days from now when it starts. So it has been explained. There's going to be chances for rookie packs, commanders packs, and what's the next one up?
Veteran.
Yeah, the veteran packs. There's going to be loot coffin giveaways. There's going to be it's going to be a really awesome month of December. So for the viewers, well, I guess for us too, we'll have the chance to win some of it because of how it's going to be designed. But every day there's going to be a couple things giving away for each stream, and for most of it you'll have to actually be here. So yes, exactly, you'll have the chance to actually get something just from watching, and you'll actually have to be here to earn most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. But then for the other stuff that you'll have the chance to win, like I don't see why people wouldn't be watching to find out if they were the one that gets it. You know what I mean? Because I think it would just be more exciting to find out while it's chosen or decided live than yeah. So that's my thought on that. I can like I said, I can answer. Man, he just covered so much on everything. He had mentioned he dropped the web browser that I don't believe that was ever discussed before. Then he told me about that was one of the things. I was like, oh shit, that's something I don't think I can say. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna have a web browser version very soon. Which is gonna be awesome because, like he said, that way anybody can play on anything essentially.
Yeah, it has web. You can play from the sounds of it, right?
Yeah, as long as you have an internet access, it's not going to take the GPU resources of whatever you're using on it. You just have to have access to the web. That's why all these other games are doing that now.
It's just insane to me where we actually are with the world. Like we say something like that, like whatever. Like just think about what's involved with playing this game that's 3.5 gigs to download on my computer, and I'm gonna be able to play it on a anything with a browser potentially, right?
Yep.
And
he told me literally he had play tested on his phone just yesterday and was getting 60 FPS. So it is that far along. Like when he's telling you that it's within 3 months, it's within 3 months.
Wow.
It's not, and that from what I understood, and he just said it is, that and mobile, like both of them aren't anywhere near as far out. Like we're we pushed back the full game a little bit, but at that same time, we've been making the same progress linearly on the other two things that they've been working on in the secret. So they're not actually behind on them; they're actually ahead on them because of the things that they've learned from making the full game. So it's actually, you know what I mean? So we might, while we're a little late on the full game release from expectations, we're going to be a good bit ahead and surprising people now because of the web-based version, right? So that should make a lot of people happy, especially the daily earners, because that's supposed to be cross, right? I'm supposed to be able to utilize that anywhere. If I remember right.
Like sit on the bus and play or something.
Right, exactly. That's a very good example. A lot of people here in Tucson, it's like an hour to an hour and a half bus ride to go to work each way. So yeah, they sit on their phone and they do whatever. So yeah, imagine that. Like you can just earn a little bit extra change on the way to work.
Yeah, and I mean the crazy part is that you could play a game that you could make. So you're sitting on the bus playing Candy Crush and paying for it. I don't know why I always pick on Candy Crush. I think it's because
it's your game of choice for mobile games. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I think it's like the first one that really was there. And I don't hate it at all. I think actually that I mean, don't get me wrong. I've played the shit out of a little like Candy Crush or Bejeweled, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's not out of hatred. It's just out of the fact that you're sitting there doing that, or you could sit there and blast some zombies in the face like I'm doing right now, while you're on your bus ride to work. And then you might get, a nice little drop there
pay
too,
for
right?
the bus ride.
Yeah. And that's what I think we need to get back to, like we were talking about before, that you can't expect to, like, you're going to, buy a thing and then buy it and then sell it and buy a house or something afterwards. Like that's a very unrealistic.
Yeah, no, I mean, maybe in 10 years, but
yeah, exactly.
definitely not
like,
now.
Yeah.
In 10 years, when there's only 6,000 and there's 5 million players, then yeah. So
for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
But that's
then you might have something that and you're still not going to buy a house with it, but ultimately, yes, you could probably buy something of living, of nice living possibilities by that time.
Yeah. And I think that the reason it's like those, like Bored Ape where they are now, it's because they are where they are, right? And even they came down massively in the crash, but I mean, they're still.
I'm hyped for the Stonks paddle. It should have more reach than knife. I feel like the paddle is basically just a reskin of the bat, right? That's how I feel like the paddle is. So yes, it will have more reach than knife. Like that's the idea behind it. But since it's just a skin, it's just a reskin for the bat, if that makes sense. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's basically just the bat with a different appearance. So, and kind of the thing I was talking about, actually, when I set my recommendation, I'm going to blow this here graphic up a little bit so you guys can see it better. When I sent this last night, this is the Flying Phoenix PCs graphic. And I recommend when I sent it to Grant, because he had asked for it for their skin, I told him, I was like, dude, that would just make a perfect reskin for the crossbow. Like, not just to put the image on the crossbow. Right, literally make it a crossbow. So that's kind of like the same idea. Like, it's still considered a skin, but it's literally just a reskin of the entire weapon. I was like, because that just has a natural shape of just a badass crossbow. When you're looking down
it's a pretty badass crossbow, yeah.
Yeah.
It should be like a multi-fire crossbow.
And he's like, he LOL'd and fully agreed. I was like, there you go. So then I sent my message back to Will, over the owner over at Flying Phoenix. Is like, yeah, so I put my word in for you that it should actually be better as the weapon.
Yeah. That's a really smart idea. Looks cool. Would look cool.
Yeah. Also, if we hold coffins, so we can't open them. Okay, so yeah, so you did understand that right, and he did say that. So I and that's like I need to re-listen to that for some of this, so that's also why I asked you guys to see exactly what he said, in case my headset cut out or something. But yeah, so the intent right now is you'll have to hold coffins. So, but you only have to hold one of each technically if you want to have a chance at one of each of the packs. And yes, it does say hold. It doesn't say opened. That is the last statement from him that I've heard of. So yeah, you would end up holding them for the month before you opened them up.
Well, I'm pretty sure he said there the other day in the stream, didn't he? Didn't Grant say that they actually are all going to open at once? For this one?
Maybe the definition by it is either way, but the wording that he has used is you have to be holding one to be able to be eligible for these packs.
Right. Yeah, you gotta.
So whatever the definition of that is for that marketplace, that's what you need. That's what I said. Some of this stuff I don't want to be able to I'm just going to utilize the same phrasing and as we understand, because I don't. Even he said he doesn't know exactly how this, how they're working with GameStop to make it work the right way that they want it to work. So hopefully, like he has actually said, they're trying to get them so that you can hodl them. You know what I mean? So that if you don't want to open it, you can hold it for 6 years and sell it. So they're trying to make that available. It kind of makes it sound like they are going to have that ready, right? From when he's saying that you have to hold one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just. Yeah.
But again, you could be right. It might just be that you bought it and therefore technically you hold it because you still have the skin that came from it, or whatever came out of it, right? So you could still be holding that pack because you got whatever came out of it, and it's still going to be numbered as for that loot coffin type. So it'll still be registered to the fact, right? That's part of the way that we know it. So we can wait for him to answer that in more clarity.
Definitely, yeah. I just didn't want people thinking that we're gonna get a reveal, but I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, that's why I'm just using his words on this one because I'm not in that conversation to ask GameStop personally, or I haven't really spoken to Grant personally about that whole how it works thing either.
Yeah.
Most of our conversations are revolving around this because this is what I have to focus on. So.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But I mean, I did my notes when I was talking to him is that it says hodl a coffin to have a chance to win. So, like, even I understood it when he was explaining to me that you would have to have one in your possession.
Makes sense. Yeah. Well, that's not gonna be hard because I'm gonna be getting it and keeping it.
Yep. And that we're gonna be and like you said, it's 30 full days of giveaways. And I believe the intent's to start on Monday. So.
That is a pretty great
Headed
thing
back to
right
work.
there.
Peace and love. Game with y'all later or something. For sure, Diamond Hands. See you later, brother.
Later, Diamond Hands. Already long gone with the delay.
So they once that starts getting promoted, this place is gonna be rocking. They'll probably be, if you want to be a subscriber, that'll probably be a really, really, really good idea. Did I just knock my camera down? Yeah. That'll probably be a really, really, really good idea because it'll give you better chances of winning because that's how Twitch works.
Oh, the way that the giveaways inside of Twitch, they're better for subscribing?
Yeah. That gives you an extra entry.
Oh, neat.
At least for the inside of Twitch giveaways. So that won't happen for the packs. So I'm just going to tell you that now, just so that people don't misinterpret. But for the loot coffin giveaways, you'll get an extra entry on the because that is directly through Twitch how we're doing that.
Gotcha.
But the packs they're going through they're not through us, they're not through the channel, that's through under Wagyu. I couldn't think of the company name, man. I could think of the game, but I couldn't think of the company. So
too early for you.
Yeah. So that'll go to Wagyu, and they'll be the ones to send the pack. So you won't win a pack on stream and get it directly right away. You'll have to actually respond to them and prove that you are that person. for however they have the backdoor varied ways and means to do so. And then for the people that win loot coffins here on stream, we'll literally send them to you on stream. You'll have it like as soon as you win it and verify that you're here. So.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. Pretty badass. Everything that's coming up. It's
We can sell the skins, right? If we get multiple of the same skin, absolutely. They are your asset. You can do whatever you want with it as soon as the marketplace is up.
What was that, on YouTube or something? That question?
Yes, that was for Williest on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. What's happening, Williest? How you doing today? Just so you know, if you're on YouTube or Twitter, I can't see all that, so that's why
Twitter cannot comment to us. If Twitter wants to comment, they actually have to join.
Oh, gotcha.
So far, Twitter doesn't have an actual content creator. They'll let us stream to it, but it's not an actual real content creator type of setup yet. Elon says he's working on it, so I believe him because there's lost money there, so I'm sure they'll get it.
Well, I mean, it's like arguably the biggest platform on the planet, right?
It varies. Like my wife uses everything else but Twitter until I started using it. I didn't start using Twitter until I opened up the company. Because it was just another one.
Everybody knows who Twitter is.
Right, everybody at least knows who it is. And I mean, if you are a business or if you are, something that wants to promote, like I don't feel like there's a whole lot of people on Twitter that just lurk Twitter. You know what I mean? Like people will lurk Facebook. Like I was on Facebook for years and rarely ever posted anything. I was really just flipping through it while I was on the toilet. But I use Twitter. So
looking at other people's stuff.
Right, pretty much. And looking at memes and stuff like that. But I actually use Twitter. Like I have networked with it. Like it's been an actual networking of the networking sites. This is the one that I feel like actually people network with.
Yeah. Like ever since when I first started on Twitter years ago, I've just, because to me, I'm like, okay, it's social media, and I get, people use it for all kinds of things, but I just thought, well, okay, so if I'm doing this thing, I can promote my own stuff without having to go to, the newspaper to date myself, but, and draw an ad or get an ad in a phone book or something like this. You can literally, do you want to post once a year or do you want to post once every 15 seconds? You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. I actually like it more than like the Instagram because I find Instagram just gets me stuck.
I haven't used it. Like I said, I really don't get into them. Like I have LinkedIn again because of the business, but I very rarely open it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the ones that we have for Undead Blocks also that I just it's not one that.
You seem like we're very similar in that where you're like, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need.
I'm like I don't need to run 9 hours a day just on socials. I've got other stuff that I would rather spend my time doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I still jump in spaces like outside of the ones that we join, like the one we just listen to, and stuff like that. But I don't schedule my time to them either. Like it's really just like, oh, I got a couple hours now, or I have 45 minutes or whatever it is. Let me see if there's anybody I want to listen to, or see what's going on. And that's how I'll jump into those extra spaces.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some people that literally have them, have themselves scheduled in, like calendar in for 25, 30 hours a week just in spaces.
Yeah, that's a lot of talking. I mean, I guess
that's Grant. We do it our way, right? Exactly. It's just that's not my way. So this is my way of doing that.
Totally.
And that's just it. And Grant's in probably 20 hours a week of spaces. Kyle's in a bunch of spaces every week. So it needs to be done for things. It's just not my way of doing things.
Definitely. Yeah, that's true.
Which is why I have a team, right? Like Kyle and Grant can't be doing this because they're doing that. So it kind of wardens out, it takes a team to it's not just a couple chiefs. Then you need the Indians, and then you need everybody else to go with it too. So
yeah, and I find for me, whenever there's when there's a really good chief at the top, like a Grant, it's really easier, like a general,
right.
Like there's a person that you can follow their lead and still do your strength, but you've got the direction of the person that's driving the ship, like the captain of the ship or whatever you want to call it, right?
Right.
You know?
Oh, yeah, I definitely still check in and, what do you want to do? Or do you, find out when he's going to be around, if he wants to be around. So you're exactly right. He's still, while he's not here on a daily basis, or I forgot that you had your background up, man. I got to make sure I keep that up for a little while for you. That sexy-ass backdrop that he's now got, guys. I'm sorry. Man, I can't believe I wasn't showing that to you. Look at this.
Oh,
You
good,
just
yeah.
those of you that weren't watching his stream last night to see his reveal, he's got his Hummer up there. Are they all RCs?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. All the cars are RCs, and then the masks are some of the ones I wore over the Halloween weekend, and then just like clutch DVDs from over the years. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, the extended version for when we get that first snowfall. You just sit down, watch that. Got a nice digital picture frame. I can't see it because my head's in the way, but there's a digital picture
Yeah,
frame
I
with
see
all the
it.
different DVDs and stuff that are not DVDs, NFTs that I bought that I really like. Got the Ziena logo pops, but it's really tiny, so you kind of can't see it. But yeah, I spent the last week working on it. Everything's salvaged. The bookcases, local art company, Art East London, they donated a bunch of backing so that I could finish off those. Finish off the bookshelves, and they had a bunch of scrap material that I was able to build my desk with, and so it was cool. I got to put my previous life profession into work here on this studio, and now it's cool. I like having my own background. I don't need to have that silly green background I had for a while there. But yeah.
That was actually based off of a game. I just can't remember what game it was. All those Blockbuster DVDs, LOL. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Exactly.
That I was like, the only way to age himself anymore is to have like a square of just like stacked and stuffed in VCR discs, VCR tapes.
You know what the thing about the VCR is? I
Like
mean,
the
it's
old-
still a pretty
the really old-
epic invention, but
Yeah.
they die after a while. You watch them too much.
But like the really old Disney ones, like in the plastic cases.
Oh yeah, those. I mean, like yeah, you have like Lady in the Tramp.
Those things are worth money, though. I was told, like the original
Hell yeah, they
VCR
are.
tape version with the in case is like thousands of dollars if it's actually in
Yeah,
the plastic case. It's
Yeah,
stupid.
in the plastic still, like unopened. There's some. You'd be like, you pay how much for that? So yeah.
It's funny. Every time they update technology, it just becomes easier to steal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you have this big giant VCR tape was like this, and then they went to a DVD is like this, and now it's just a thumb drive. You just put it in your pocket and walk out.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, because like even DVDs were a lot easier to steal than VHS, and then now. Well, so when I went to the Arctic, I was like, okay, how am I gonna, I wanted to have entertainment because there was no internet, no phone, no nothing really up there. I mean, there was phone, but you could only use it, after certain times, and you had to be maximum an hour. So, it was a really quick thing, and the internet, you had to go up to the cafe where everyone else sits. So not really my thing, but I figured out, my brother told me, oh yeah, you can just fill up a little memory card with a ton of movies. And until that moment, I had never thought of it, that you could actually do that. So I wound up going up with a couple of memory cards with 100 movies on them, right?
Right. I don't know why the avatars stopped, guys. I never realized they didn't. My fault. Apparently,
You guys thought I was going to do the Night Only challenge, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, I shall not do that ever again. That was good once and only once.
I did not think you were going to do it.
No, even if someone got 15 minutes even on that challenge, I still would never.
Still
try
wouldn't
it
get back
again.
into
I
it.
don't care. I don't care. I hope someone gets 15 minutes because that would be really a great side by side. Man, it's crazy. Get up and you're like, okay, they're gonna just listen on this space, and you don't really take into account what what might come your way that day, and then that
Right,
space
what
gets
could
dropped
be
on your
spoken about, right.
Yeah. It's just like, oh my god, all right, I guess.
I mean, obviously it's going to be more officially announced, but yeah, like there was actually a good bit there that he leaked that And then if they don't come back and watch the show later on, or if they weren't here watching it when we had spoken of it, or here I'll mention it again now, we'll have a mobile version of this, or not mobile, but a web-based version of this game coming very soon too.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, that's like, seriously, like, we always talk about it, but if I was on a bus on my way to work and this was on my phone, I might miss my stop on the other end.
Like, fuck this.
You end up at the end of the line, you're like, oh shit, I did it again.
Call the work, I'm late because I was playing a game, I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god,
I missed the bus stop.
I was on around 75, and I didn't even know that the bus had gotten back to the station.
You just be like, I missed the bus. Stop.
Yeah, exactly. Go Cam J. What's up, Cam J? With the clandestine lurk. I love it.
I know, right? Getting those gold wins.
Getting that gold win and watching without anybody even knowing. That's the move right there. I do love this. Oh my god! If I could ever figure out not to run out of ammo.
I didn't think he was gonna drop that much. What else did he mention that because I otherwise I should be taking notes. Like, I really did not expect anywhere near that much. I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, this is what we got going on, and this is the everybody keeps asking us this, so we're gonna answer that, and wow. So I know that he covered more than just these two or three things. Like, he dropped a lot of extra crap in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, the best part is that, this whole browser revelation is just, I mean, I know they've been talking about it forever, but the fact that, they're saying it like that now is pretty.
That it's there.
Pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. Like, it's, because I do think that is a huge problem for people, is that, some people don't have a really good computer. And, if it's the decision of buy a new car or buy this computer, I mean, I would smack you if you bought the new computer, unless that was what you did, right?
Right, unless you're unless you're gonna make enough money from that computer to buy a new car.
Yeah, like, to me, the car, I buy the car because I'm gonna make a shit ton of money off that car over
right,
the time
it just
that
depends on which
right?
one is gonna pay for which one first, right? Do I need
exactly.
the car to pay for the computer, or is the computer gonna pay for the car? Like, which one's it gonna take?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, no, that's yeah. I mean, that alone we could talk for a whole day on.
Just being smarter with your money, which I am.
Well, yeah.
But
yeah. Like, when you got money, don't blow it on useless shit.
Don't buy drugs.
Drugs are bad and kind. Drugs are bad and kind. Oh boy, these zombies. It's so crazy because in level 4 with the F1, you blast a scythe zombie in the face with the trip,
and it flies back like 6 feet,
and he's dead, right?
And
and then this one you're like, okay, I'm pretty sure I hit him twice in the face, so that's 6 bullets, and he's still coming at me.
And then you hit him 3 more times. And that's
exactly.
not. And by that I mean 9 more times, and he's still like, "Hey, what the fuck you doing to me?"
Yeah, he's like, "Okay, seriously, these mosquitoes are really bugging me now."
These fucking bees.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm pretty hyped for this whole GameStop thing. I think it's.
Yeah, I can't wait for that too. This next month, the game coming, the GameStop drop, everything about it. And he didn't say it, but I'm allowed to say this anyway. We will have within the next between 2 to 3 weeks, we will have access to multiplayer on ZNN for you guys to watch right before, probably a day or two, right before the open beta for multiplayer.
Man, you know how. So, I think I told you, I played that, what was the other game? The one that's got the pumpkin head freaking guys that you're shooting.
I did watch you play that the one day. I don't remember what it was called, though.
Yeah. So my point is that those ones that the AI has the zombies where you can, like, walk up behind them, they don't even know you're there. And then this one here has it
They got better
dialed
tracking,
that
yeah.
You can't even move left without them compensating for it, right?
Right.
Like
It's like the,
So
auto aim, like worse auto aim than fucking Call of Duty bots. I mean, like they track perfectly with that spear.
Yeah, like you could jump over and to the left of them, and that guy like just did. He gets you still.
Yep.
But
No
so
doubt.
what I was thinking is what's going to be an interesting twist potentially is what's that going to be like when there's 2 of us in the map or 4 of us in the map?
Well,
or
that's
6,
the
whatever
Ask
it is, right?
KG. Well, it only be 4. Right now.
Well,
It's only
I mean,
4.
if you're like playing 4v4, right?
Oh, right. Well, that'll be a different game essentially.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But but for this anyway, we'll have 4 at a time. But you can just ask KG. He's playtesting it right now.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, he's been playtesting multiplayer for a couple weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, he's in the in. That's what happens when you're a moderator because you have to answer the same question 45 times a day. So it's I understand why they got it before I did.
Yeah, they got to have something for what they're doing.
They got to get compensated for dealing with that.
No doubt. Oh.
Plus, I wouldn't have been able to play it without sharing it. So like it's perfect.
You're like, yeah, it's like if you know where the gold is buried, just don't tell Nifty because the poor guy is just
Right.
going to be sitting there like, oh, can I come out?
Like,
Can I come out?
that's what it was. Like, you could, and he's saying this for a reason, guys, because I literally sent Grant the message this morning, like, look, man, you just told me all this shit last night. Am I telling it today or what? And he's like, oh, well,
Yeah,
he's like, no, we'll wait till Friday. And then he announces it the very first fucking sentence, and he's in the space. I'm like, all right.
Oh, why me? Is that you talking about the F1? Is that what you mean? That the area hits? He always does that. I love this. I love this F1. I love this F1. It is definitely my favorite that I've played with. Because I think what gets me every time is I go from, like I said, the 3 shots kill the zombie to I'm emptying magazine after magazine and not killing anybody.
Right.
Oh my God, I just got rid of that was so dumb. Did you see what I did there?
No, I'm in the garage.
Amazing. Oh man, that was awesome. I just did the stupidest thing ever.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, a robot went to the shotgun pickup because I played shotgun last round.
Right.
And I reloaded from there, so I basically bought myself a shiny new shotgun.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be interesting. I don't know if I'll finish that. This is for you, KG.
So you just need to get another backup weapon. That's all.
Yeah, true.
And just use the shotgun as the primary damage, and then the backup weapon to do the finishing. It actually worked pretty good for me the one day that I did that as a strategy. Like I would just body shot all of them, or try to headshot all of them with the huge groups of them, then just jump in with the MP5 or whatever, my AKM or whatever I had, and finish it with that. And they did drop faster. It didn't feel like they dropped faster. They actually did drop faster because the shotty does a ton of damage.
Oh yeah, you're like
when you
you're
have a
still
group of them.
killing them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just MP5'd to one of the sights in the face 32 times it looked like, and he friggin' just laughed at me. Look at this guy, still coming, still coming. It's like, really, MP5? Come on.
I put a recommendation that we need a carnival map with clowns and freaks.
Oh, that would be sick.
I think it would free. I think some people might not play that map.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, it's like I got my friend. She won't watch our show because she's not in the zombie. Like that's just she's not gonna do it. Like she won't mess with zombies and spiders. Part of the reason why she doesn't play Apex anymore because they put the spiders on the maps. So
that's hilarious.
There would be people like that are they're basically deathly afraid of clowns, and they would just like, all right, we're out. So there's.
Now, is your friend from a place that there's like crazy spiders that can hurt you?
She's in Oregon, so no, not really.
Okay. 'Cause I was gonna say, if you're from where there's tarantulas, I could see you being a little bit afraid. Like in
I mean,
Lebanon, you
that's
check the
because they're
toilet.
big. The tarantulas are actually safer than the small spiders.
I know, but I'd still freak out if I saw one.
Yeah, well, I say a lot of times I'll walk out the front door and there'll be one out. You know what I mean? You could drive
A tarantula on your front?
Yeah, you can be driving down the road and you'll see one literally walking across the road.
No.
In
And how big
Tucson.
do those bad boys get?
The ones that I've seen, I mean, they're big enough to notice driving down the road. So.
Well, that's why I was asking. Yeah, I'm like, if you could spot that shit while you're driving like that,
Yeah.
that's not small.
You know, 6 8 centimeters. I've seen them as big as probably like 6 inches across, like with their bent legs. Not if you splayed them out. But
Dang.
so yeah, they're good size. Tarantulas are a good size spider, but you know, it's the black widows that I have a nest of in my backyard that are dangerous. It's not the fucking tarantulas.
Yeah, that's. Well, that's like in Lebanon. When you go to the bathroom, you have to check, like lift the toilet seat and check.
Yeah, to make sure there's not one
hang out
sitting
in
there.
there.
Yep.
And their spiders are, they're like, I don't know, like a silver dollar or whatever. They're not massive, but you don't
Right.
want to sit on one.
Exactly, the bite's gonna f you up. But then we also have
Anything going there,
scorpions, and you know, this is one of the more dangerous like wildlife type of area because we're desert, right? So
Yeah. And
but
scorpions could get pretty massive too, can't they?
that's the one and only thing that I haven't seen since I've been here. But
You were saying, yeah.
I've heard they're pretty big. They can be pretty
Yeah, 'cause
big.
they
I've
can
heard of
get to be
people
like-
like finding them in their like showers in their bathtubs. I'm like,
Yo,
what the
I would
fuck?
freak out if I saw that.
I think that's like the one thing that I do think because I like you don't want to just try to step on it. Like in my mind, I'm like that fucker's gonna sting me before I get a chance
Hell
to
no,
kill
you
it.
don't step on a
Right,
freaking
I'm like,
scorpion.
so how do I get rid of this fucking thing? Like I'm gonna need a gun. like I'm gonna shoot this fucking thing.
Your wife or something's just a big, massive hole in your bathtub.
Right. And I'm like, oh, honey, we need a new shower. You know?
Yeah, it's now a waterfall. Man, that's so okay. I was wondering actually because I take it from the way that you describe it that does your house have a basement?
No, we don't. No, we concrete.
I didn't
floors.
think
Well,
so,
not
yeah, I
concrete.
didn't
It's
think so.
concrete floor with tile over it. So.
Right. Yeah, I had that feeling that you didn't have basements.
I mean, they could. There's no real reason not to, but they would definitely have to make them like shelter, almost like a shelter.
Crazy.
Because when we do get rain, what does seep in really seeps in. But then the other side of it is that when we do get rain, sometimes the first couple rains just don't seep in at all. It just runs because the ground hasn't gotten water, so it's just hard as hell.
Yeah, it's just like yeah. Interesting. I could tell from how you talk about the home that you didn't. I don't know because I've been in construction so long. I could just the way you say certain things. I'm like, I don't think he. That's why I asked. I'm like, I don't think he has a basement.
No,
Because to me, basements are the best thing. That's what. And funny enough, that's why I pictured the waterfall. Was I pictured the bathroom on the main floor having
And
a
it
whole
just
shower,
falling in. Yeah,
and it just falls into the basement.
that would be hilarious.
Yeah. But
No,
man,
actually,
if
I
ever
don't even
saw-
have bathtubs. Like we just have stand-up showers in this house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have I ever seen a Mexican bird eating a spider? They're huge. No, but I was just telling the story last week that I had this big ass eagle. It wasn't a bald eagle, but it was a big ass eagle or a giant hawk, one or the other. I think it was an eagle though. That was like hunting my dog, my smaller one, and like he just wanted to grab him and fly the fuck off. But I was standing out in the backyard and I was like, oh, don't even try that shit. But
I think what he's saying. Have you ever seen the spiders? They're called. They're
the
called
bird-eating
Mexican
spider.
Bird-eating spider. Yeah,
I added the word a. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
But I've seen like an actual plate spider. They're actually like it's a jungle spider. It's called a plate spider, and they're like literally they call them a plate spider for a reason. They're the size of a fucking plate. They're huge. But then the body itself, like it's really all legs on those things. Like they're really long legs, and the body is still like a tarantula-sized body. It's not really. It's really just odd.
Yeah, that's where sometimes I wonder to myself. I'm like, okay, so yeah, the winter sucks. And the fall sucks, and the spring is not the best. So there's about 3 days a year here in Canada that are nice.
They're beautiful.
But they're the most beautiful 3 days you've ever seen. But at least we don't have plate spiders. I'm just
Right.
throwing it out there. Like if I see a daddy long legs, I'm like, yo, that's a big spider, And like you said, it's really the smallest spider ever because its body is the size of a pinhead, but its legs are these monster friggin' No, I can do without all those like venomous snakes and stuff. You can keep them.
Yeah, I Yeah, I don't mess with snakes. Like, I'm not afraid of them. I just don't mess with them. Like, I'm smart enough to be like, yeah, it's a snake. Cool, have fun, and I go around. like why mess with it? Like, I'm not that guy.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is funny is, like, I'm not afraid of any of them. I just don't want to encounter them. Like, I'm not afraid of a spider. Like, oh, there's a spider. But if I was if I came into contact with a venomous creature, I'm going to be cognizant of the fact that this thing could kill me. It's not fear. Like, you're not like, I'm not like jumping on the couch because I saw a spider or nothing, right?
Right. All right. So
oh boy, where are we going? Craft 50.
Going for that Mexican bird-eating spider.
Let's do it. Mexican bird-eating spider.
We'll just do bird-eating. I don't want to feel like it's racist.
There was a video. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you get flagged because it's like, why does it have to be a Mexican spider?
Dude, that thing's huge.
Oh yeah.
Wild Goliath tarantula. So it's a tarantula, a breed of it.
Are we doing it? Are we gonna watch one?
I mean, do we have anybody here definitely? Well, I'm already too late to ask if anybody's afraid of spiders.
Yeah, I've got
5 of them on the screen, so...
Yeah, it's like, you are screwed if you don't like spiders right now.
11 years ago, 1.2 million views, 2 minutes. Whoa, that's loud. Holy hell.
Old Greg said there was a video of one eating a small falcon, choking it by the neck.
Gucci guilty.
Can you imagine a spider that can eat a falcon?
Out, right?
Have you ever seen a falcon?
It's at the San Diego. So this is gonna be I'm assuming that's gonna be a wild video, not a zoo video.
Yeah, that would. Oh boy, here we go. Oh my God, I can't do it.
Damn, rare footage of a Goliath bird eater tarantula.
Well, that's the thing about them is that you don't know. Like, snakes are terrifying in the fact that you don't know that they're there. I mean, once you see it, like you said, you just walk around it. It's not going to chase you down and try to eat you. But if you stumble upon it and scare it, that thing ain't messing around. Oh, what is that? Like a scorpion wrestling match? That was pretty cool.
Eating what was it?
A bird. Falcon. Yeah, there you go. Falcon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on YouTube. At least not that way. Oh, here. I mean, that's a dead bird, though. It's not really actually.
That's okay. We can still roll with it. I mean, a spider and a dead bird is still pretty insane. Like, do they still
actually? I
eat
think
it
that
the
is
same
the
way?
falcon. It is it. It's just not showing it actually. Yeah, that's a falcon's body, without a doubt.
So do they actually, though? Oh my God! That's a spider eating a falcon. Yo, and they still eat it the same way. They just drink it. That's
like it's it was on Nat Geo, yeah. Yeah, that's probably why it's not on. It's probably copyrighted, so that's why it's not being shared that way.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, imagine a creature that was designed to liquefy your insides and then drink you. That is some freaky shit, man.
Mommy.
This 10-year-old boy
Okay, I can get lost. Let's just get out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, this one here says Nat Geo Wild. Bite, sting, and kill.
Okay, let's go.
The northern rainforests of
the
South
short
America
channels will just
are home to a
end your
very
day.
large arachnid. The biggest spider in the world comes in many colors, but only one size: monster size. The Goliath bird-eating spider is nearly 1 foot wide. Despite its name, it rarely eats birds. It mainly preys on frogs, insects, and rodents. And unlike regular-sized spiders, doesn't build a web to catch its victims.
I want to be really creeped out.
This giant tarantula.
We should be doing this on like Halloween.
With leaf litter on the forest
floor. Oh my God! Run, mouse, run!
Ambushes
he ran to him.
Unsuspecting prey.
I know. He's like, "What's over here?" Oh no! You just got eaten by a spider. That is insane.
East to French Guiana and south into Brazil.
That's where you see where they are. Yeah, all that nice weather. Nah, it's okay.
Well, all that rain and hot and humid, it's perfect for a spider.
Look at these spiders rolling like half of South America. They own that shit. They're just like, yo, we're here.
Vibrations in the air
you guys got
created by
nothing.
movement
The
from
people who are hunting with
creatures
them with
around
shotguns.
Yeah, you got.
Instead of hunting deer, they hunt giant tarantulas.
Oh my god, look at those fangs. Here we go. Another mouse doesn't know. He's like, oh, look at what. I'm gonna make a house right over here.
Fangs,
nope,
almost
you're
an
gonna
inch
make a
long,
house in my stomach.
easily
Watch this.
sliced
Oh
through
my god.
flesh,
Fangs
and
are
at
an
the
inch
same
long,
time,
man.
Inject
Wow.
a neurotoxic venom.
That's how you do it.
It's
Look
a
at that.
lethal
Is
bite.
disgusting.
See, that one's venomous. The ones that we have here aren't venomous.
Oh my god.
In
Look,
the
he's just
safety of
dragging
its
a
burrow,
mouse around.
the
It's a
Goliath
spider.
bird eater consumes its meal.
Dude, and these people are like,
With
you know what
no
a good
teeth
next
to
5-year
tear
plan
or
for
chew.
me is to try and film
It
this thing that
regurgitates
just iced
digestive
this
juices
mouse.
onto its victim, which break down soft tissue.
Oh my god,
and
wait.
turns it
Okay,
into
that's
liquid.
it is what they do. Look,
The
they
giant
oh my
spider
god.
then sucks the carcass dry. When it's finished,
Oh, what a
only
creepy,
bones,
creepy
skin,
creature that
and
is.
fur remain. The same fangs that kill prey are large enough to
Just
break through
drinks you.
human skin.
Large
But
enough
fortunately,
to-
the venom
Oh my
produced
God,
by the
like the human
Goliath
skin.
is
Oh my God, you
relatively
just got bit.
non-toxic
Oh,
to
so you get
us.
bit, but it doesn't hurt us. Like, it just starts
A
to get
bite
bit.
may cause some discomfort
okay,
and
okay.
swelling for a few hours. It
Still
only
though,
kills
God can
if
do
the
without the
victim has
being
an
bit by a
allergic
foot-wide
reaction,
spider.
or if the
Unless you're
wound
allergic
becomes
to it. If
infected.
you're allergic to it, you're fucked.
Yeah,
The Goliath
yeah,
spider
yeah.
usually
You're-
issues a series of warnings before it
Oh my God,
strikes.
look how
It says
creepy
it'll
this
warn
thing
you
is.
first.
It rears up on its hind legs
It's like,
to
hey,
make
I'm here,
itself
bitch.
look even bigger,
Yeah. Oh wow.
and rubs
This
the
is some
hair
kinda
on its
creepy
legs
right now.
together, emitting a hissing sound
Its
that can be
hairs,
heard up to 15 feet
Wow.
Oh
away.
my God, see they like do like a hair throwing
That's
thing.
creepy.
These
These are
barbed hairs can be
disgusting.
irritating to the skin, but as far as spiders go, the Goliath may be big, but they're not our biggest problem when it comes to the creatures
That
that
bite,
Dude,
bite,
Grant,
sting,
we need to
and
get
kill.
we need to get a zombie eating spider into undead blocks. I'm throwing it out there.
Yeah, then we just killed 3/4 of the gaming population. No, I doubt there's that many people afraid of spiders. But
No, yeah. For me, if I was afraid of spiders and there was a spider in a game, that would be the most glorious moment ever because I could kill the spiders.
theoretically, that is what they're trying to do for phobias, but it doesn't actually work that way. For it's not just like, oh, I'm okay now.
Like, well, I'm terrified. Thanks. Bird eating spider zombie.
Zombie, right? Now here
That's-
comes
yeah.
Arts and Crafts with Nifty with AI again.
I was going to say with the AI, we should try one of those. Actually, it's funny. Old Craig beat me to it. I mean, it's natural progression. Of course, we're going to do an AI of a freaking.
Bird
And it's
eating
got to
zombie.
be in Central Park, though.
In Central, right, in the Central Park jungle,
Yeah, we can't. not have
post-apocalyptic
Central
jungle.
Park.
Jungle.
Oh, that'd be an interesting take on Central Park.
Stop sending me message, people. I'm not answering them. I'm working here.
I'm over here trying to work. Oh yeah. Blasting zombies in the face.
I can't use my phone. I'm using my phone.
Yeah. If you only knew. It's so fun to have a little NASA going now.
Right? It's more
Yeah,
comfortable.
yeah, so much more comfortable. Like I was telling you, my space originally was like 3.5 feet wide from the table to the wall.
Well, that's not even the whole part that he's talking about. Look, guys, what you can't see is he has like 4.5 feet of pillows under his foot.
Oh man, you saw that in the video.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
it's like this deep. I mean, like you don't even have beds that are as pillowy as what his feet are sitting on right now. So
it's like it's glorious. Oh man, and the great thing about it is because basements are cold, right? Like the floor in that.
what
So
do you
putting
call
this
it?
down.
I actually know that answer. I just have to give me a minute to remember it. Actually, you can just go to dndbeyond.com. That works too. Because I know that off the top of my head.
What was the question?
What do you call the monsters from D&D that are half person and half spider?
Oh,
Like I know it, but I can't think of it.
Yeah.
There's so many names. D&D Beyond Monsters, Monsters from D&D. 5th edition. Search names or size or environment. Well, shit, that doesn't help me at all.
What?
Let's see here. They're probably going to be considered a large creature, so let's just start with that. I mean, there's a Demigorgon. Well, everybody knows that from Stranger Things.
What's it? It's called a what? A Demigorgon?
Yeah, that was the season 1 from Stranger Things.
Interesting.
And there's 129 pages. I can't just search it like that. It won't. It doesn't happen. It's probably going to be something Arak. So ARA. See if I can do a partial search. Arachnomancer and an Arak. So they're both humanoid. Neither of them are half anything. I know what they both are.
Scary. I just said like the upper body of a person and then
the bottom half of a Drider. There you go. There you go. That's it.
What's it called?
A Drider, D-R-I-D-E-R, and and I knew where it was. That's why I'm sitting here looking at Drow stuff, because that's where they're from. They're from the Underdark with the Drows. So I was trying to figure out if I could get it that way. But yes, KG is right. It's called a Drider.
KG with the intel. I love that guy. He's great. Comes in, just gives a little knowledge, and then retreats back to what else he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Like while I have, I'm not facing that direction anymore. But while I have the entire R.A. Salvatore collection of Drizzt Do'Urden, which is a Drow, from that entire series that talks about them constantly.
That was like you just said something in a foreign language. I have no idea what you were talking about.
Well, Drizzt Do'Urden is a foreign language. It's the Underdark language of the Drow. Come on now.
Okay. That was like, I'm like, you might as well have just said that in like Chinese or something, because
Monsters Handbook. I was just trying to use the D&D Beyond to find it, and they didn't have an easy way to search it. So
I have a feeling that KG's like that in his spare time he's the reigning champion on frickin' Jeopardy. He just doesn't tell us, but it's like you turn on when you're like, hey, wait a minute, isn't that KG?
Probably. I could see that.
Because, man, I'm like, there's so much I don't know, and I'm okay with it.
I have a whole bunch of useless information, but there's so much useless information to get, so...
Oh, man. I watched this robot that was on Jeopardy the other day, and as in, I don't know, in the last last month or so. No, dude, this guy, it was like, pick a subject, pick the most obscure, random, dark black hole, and then drive through the black hole and go to the next galaxy from that knowledge on the subject, and he would nail it.
Well, there's actual books out now for studying for Jeopardy. I mean,
is there? Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there was a while ago for you saw it in the movie White Man Can't Jump. Like that was kind of the spiel for Rosie Perez's part. But they actually do have study books and especially now that Jeopardy's not just like a smarty knowledge type of thing. Like it used to be stuff that you would learn, like in college and beyond type of questions.
Right.
Now it's just there's pop culture, there's everything. Like if it's a question, it can be anything can be in it now. So
crazy.
Jeopardy's really evolved, but there's people who literally study just for Jeopardy.
I mean, hey, that guy was up to like 200K American, in the time that, and I don't know how much further. He just every day robotically would be like, I will take this thing for 200. And the guy that does, he actually would be like, I'll take such and such for whatever, 1,000, whatever the top number is. And that would be his first go-to because he just wants to stack the cash. Then he did his bet at the end was something where any normal player would vomit because you're making a guess, you're hoping it works, and you're betting 90% of what you just made, which is it's not like you're betting 90% of 1,000. You're betting 90% of 30, 40,000 or whatever it was. It was nuts.
We're going to do the ad break for a second.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Zombie Network News is powered by FlyingPhoenixPCs.com, Quality Reborn. Go to FlyingPhoenixPCs.com to get your quality custom PC using coupon code ZNNUB at checkout for some amazing savings. They even have pre-built PCs with prices starting at just $700. Support Zombie Network News when buying your new PC from FlyingPhoenixPCs.com by using the coupon code ZNNUB.
We were going to do this. Why is he sending me messages now? Well, I don't know if it's gonna know what a Drider is, but we'll find out. I might have to actually tell it, like explain that we want a half man, half. Good morning. Hey, what's up, Zanziki? And on some D&D fact drops, no lie, made me. I play D&D every Saturday if I'm not too busy from doing this. I missed the last 2 weeks, and I just confirmed with them yesterday that I'll be with them again this weekend. So I do play myself, just not anywhere near as much as I used to. I used to have all the books and everything. Now I just play online because it's all done for me that way. I just have to push a button. I gotten lazy that way. Plus, everybody we play with is worldwide. But what we're doing, we're going to imagine a zombie Drider. That's just too simple. What else were we doing? So
zombie spider,
zombie Drider. But we had more to it. In Central Park and that kind of stuff. So zombie Drider
in the jungle.
in a post-apocalyptic yeah, let me just write it down. It's easier.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic. Man, I can't type for shit. Jungle, Central Park Jungle. There we go, Central Park Jungle.
Who said that? I'm just starting to learn D&D. What do we got? That was
Greg.
Old Greg. Yeah.
It's if you have the imagination and the time, because it's not like you just sit down and play for an hour. It takes you almost 20 minutes just to get ready to play. So, but if you have the time and it's like an afternoon type of thing, and you're playing with the right people, that's a big thing too. It's just having the right people that either have patience for you learning the game first off and enjoy teaching, but then also can accept the fact that you're not going to be comfortable doing a lot of the things that a lot of other people do when they play the game. Like, it took me a while to start doing the role-playing side of the game. I was just a dice roller and a battler. Like, I just wanted to go in the fight, roll the dice, and win, and get some loot and get out. But now that I've been doing it for like 7 straight years with the same people, now I get into the role-playing side of it a little bit too.
Do you like the voices and everything?
Well, I use a voice mod for my voices because I'm horrible with voices and accents and shits like that. But I'll sit there but I've gotten into the like actual, conversating in character with another character that's conversating in character, as opposed to being like, oh yeah, let's just do this. Like it's an actual like if you were watching a movie and we're each playing those characters in a movie, we're literally kind of acting out our conversation and trying to let it feel natural.
Right.
So that took me a while to get into. Because it just didn't, at first it doesn't feel comfortable, right? You're still trying to learn the game itself. Like, there's so many game mechanics in Dungeons and Dragons. I play a fucking monk now, and I still mess up every single time. That's supposed to be one of the easier versions of the game. So it does take time and patience, and some people are more devoted than you. Like I said, I literally only play during that 4 hours a week. I don't look at it for the rest of the week. I don't, I have other things that I have going on. But then some of our other players are checking in and doing things, and especially our DM, he puts hours into the game before the game even starts every week. So
yeah, that's pretty crazy to think that he has all those voices in his head, and he can actually go to like, oh, this character, and he does it in that character. Yeah, that guy was pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah. He's a lot of fun, and that's. I don't think I would have stuck around playing on Roll20 if it wasn't for having gotten lucky to hook up with him on his first campaign as early as I did.
Yeah.
Because he helps keep it interesting, and And then on the other side of it isn't just about the game for him. Like he checks in, like it's like Grant, right? Like we're only 5 or 10 people, right? But it's still tight community, right? So he checks in and he's like, oh, how you doing this week? And and checks in with people. So that's pretty cool too. Like it's personable, not just playing a game. Not just playing a game and walking away. Like it's if you actually had friends in the same neighborhood to sit down and play at a table, these would still be the same people you would sit down with every week. Like that's the point that we've gotten. I guess that's the best way to explain it. Like the only reason why we can't is just because we can't. It doesn't know what a drider is.
Damn it.
It does make some pretty. It's basically making it as it assumes that I misspelled the word rider and added a D. So it's putting
that bottom left one. See, bottom left.
This one here.
Coming in.
This top one here on the horse is actually pretty cool too.
Yeah, the top horse one's pretty good too. Yeah.
So it just basically put what is it? A zombie rider in a post-apocalyptic. That's a hard one to put together, man. Post-apocalyptic Central Park.
Yeah.
All of them are actually this one here is the only one that's kind of eh. But 1, 2, and 3 are all actually pretty good.
Yeah. The bottom right one, it's kind of like, okay, what's going on here?
So we do have to explain to it what a drider is, though. So a
half man, half
spider. And
we
half
need a half
spider.
Man, half spider.
Zombie. I spelled all of that wrong. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Spelling shit, bro.
I wasn't even close on the second one.
Oh boy.
Half spider zombie, and then I'm just gonna copy and paste the rest because that way I don't have to A, say it, and B, type it.
Yeah. No, we want you to say every word as you type it, and then you got to do the letters too sometimes.
Let's see what we get this time. See what tomorrow's AIO cooler picture is gonna be. And color scheme. This is a pretty interesting Christmas color scheme, though, guys. First day of the new month, and we're gonna go with post-apocalyptic zombies.
I mean, I can't even believe though that we are actually at the end of 2022 already. Like, remember when we were like, "Oh yeah, 2000s are so far away," and now we're already a quarter of the way into the first century of the new millennium. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna live until the next one.
Do it, man.
And the one after
as long as I'm not,
I don't remember the movie. I'm gonna be the Johnny Depp guy that uploads myself to AI.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think I would do that.
I'm gonna be here for the rest of everybody's lives.
Yeah, I'm gonna haunt you guys. No, I think that I think that that's like the Earth can only suffer through one iteration of me. I don't think it's fair to make it have two.
No, see, I don't want to do it for the rest of the world. I'm just gonna haunt the people's families that have haunted me, right? Just for the rest of their lives.
Targeted haunt.
Right. It'll just be like, and it'll be a digital haunt too. Like, yeah, everything you do digitally, I'm gonna haunt that. I'm
like
there.
when they go to turn on their coffee maker in the morning, but you've actually digitally shut down the coffee maker.
What in the fuck are these?
Yo.
Yeah, this one here is actually, it's got a face and it's really, these aren't driders, but that's so I'm going to upgrade number 1 so we can see the whole.
Yeah.
And
number 3 again is a pretty.
Yeah, that looks like a really gaunt and zombified Venom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Going up against somebody's like, all right, let's do this. That kind of thinks he's a Ghostbuster. That's what the pack on his back looks like a Ghostbuster.
Yeah. It's about to.
So we'll upgrade that
atomize
one too, just because they both look kind of cool.
He's about to atomize them.
This top left one is like the zombies looking like that. Like, huh? Well, yeah, I guess I'll go this way.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take this route. Yeah, that's really cool, actually.
There we go. This is the full size of it.
Oh my god, that's a really creepy.
Yeah, this thing.
Nah, if I saw that spider, I'm not. That's not cool.
Right. This is more like a Fallout type of shit.
Exactly.
You know, and this zombie is definitely cognizant. He's like, yeah, you win. This is your spot. I'm gonna go find somewhere else to hunt. You know.
Yeah. Like on second thought, I'm just going to, I'm gonna get out of here.
This one here is definitely New York. You can tell the buildings are definitely New York.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've only been there once, and it was such a stealth drive-through that,
That would be a cool Halloween event. Yeah, it would be. Have like a Central Park versus weird fucking radiated zombie bullshit.
Yeah.
Like an open world type of fight. Like it's really just us in Central Park, and Central Park's the borders.
Yeah.
And the shit like starts crawling out of holes and cracks and crevices.
Oh boy.
It's like almost all boss fights, like an entire boss fight of just bosses, of like mini bosses of bosses until you get to the big boss. And one of these two guys is the big boss.
It's like boss fight.
See that we just developed next Halloween's event.
We are on a roll here.
I still kind of want to go back to the Santa Claus stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Santa Claus was kind of fun. It had some pretty good ideas. Half man. Well, we're gonna get rid of that because we're not gonna do a half man, half spider, zombie Santa.
That might be cool though.
We're gonna do a Satan Claus
let's
zombie.
not rule it out. Let's not be hasty, Nifty. I think that let's give the people what they want.
What's up, Capone? Gonna be lurking while at work. Have an amazing stream. We appreciate you. Thank you for the lurk.
What's happening, Capone? How you doing, brother?
Let's go with in a post-apocalyptic Tokyo, Japan. Yeah. People in Tokyo get to see Satan Claus too. And the zombie spider can jump around a bit. Yeah. Shoot webbing at you. Actually, that's kind of corny. Don't have it shoot webbing, but have it like with webbing traps around where it's at. So if you get stuck, that's how it triggers to come out. That would be pretty cool. If we just learn how to work with Unity, we can make the map ourselves and just give it to Grant.
Yeah, well, I think I was telling you, I started working a bit in the, what's that one called? Unreal 5.
Yeah, that one, because that's a free download to work with that. So a lot of people, that's why so many games are popping up left and right. And people are just making cash grabs. They'll make like a really good cinematic, take the money, and then that's kind of the thing going on right now. And then that's literally what they do. They just take the money. Oh, still working. And then everybody forgets about the game. Look at these zombie Satan Clauses.
Oh my god. I don't want that guy coming to my house. Do not want that guy coming to my house.
Oh, I got an idea. A zombie Santa Claus. Okay. A zombie Santa Claus.
It's just like actually
a zombie Santa with demon horns. I mean, we'll see what happens from that. I think it's going to confuse it, but we'll see.
Yeah. That's one of those weird words because you said clause, and then it made me think of.
Well, he's
imagine that the AI spits out a clause, like it's like a zombified piece of paper for your a document regarding your patent.
Oh, right. Yeah.
A zombified clause. A zombie Santa Claus.
Speaking of, I just finalized paperwork on that yesterday.
Yeah, that's why it made me think of it. The new clauses you had to add.
It's $150 per extra page for that fucking thing. So it cost me $300 to fix the revision on the utility.
Gotta spend it to make it, like they say, right?
Okay, we're definitely getting Santa Claus colors.
Oh yeah. Incoming coolness.
I'm going to upgrade 1, and on this one here, it's 1 and 2. I think are probably the better ones. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, number 1 is actually coming through today. What's his bottom right one? Looks like it had like someone inside of his stomach.
No, I think it's like a torn shirt. So you're just seeing the chest, yeah.
Yeah, old Greg, it's a pun on the name of the claws. Yeah, of a demon.
This one is badass. Number 3 is fucking awesome.
Oh, yo, what's he carrying?
Whatever,
like
it's like that's what it looks like, a staff or a club, or like he's holding an elf, like a demon elf.
I was gonna say it's like his little pet.
And yeah, because this one here kind of has an imp on him also. There's like imps.
Oh yeah,
they all have like something, because it was there. That's why I said it might confuse it, because it has a zombie Santa Claus and then another Santa with demon horns. So it sees it twice as 2 Santas, so it knew it wanted 2 bodies.
Crazy.
It's a pun on the name and the claws of a demon, right? I mean, it still came out with some really. These are super cool pictures, but his face got really jacked up. This one here came out all right.
He's ready to do it.
But I like 3 and 4 on this one. Because of both of them, basically because of the imps. This one here just has a demon. It kind of looks like it's trying to attack him.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the face is that's going on here, because it's like on his hand.
Yeah, it's like he's got it. He's bringing it down to defeat it or something. You know, when he grabbed it by the scruff.
Yep.
Grabbing it by the scruff.
Man, it's taking a minute this time.
Just gotta think. Don't worry. It'll be there.
I said fast. Dang it. I never turned that off.
Come on.
There it goes. There it goes. I think I need to add... So let's do that one again. Exactly as it is for the most part, but I'm going to add Unreal Engine. See if I can get rid of that like artistic look.
Oh yeah, like take it right down to the meat and potatoes of it. Right down to the meat and potatoes.
Damn, I can't spell for shit today.
I love old world sayings because they're just so goofy when you say them out loud. But they were so important.
Well, I mean, the 50s were important, and that's when supposedly America came into its own.
Yeah. Definitely makes sense.
Mostly because of the auto industry.
I say, imagine the 50s. Yeah, like all of a sudden you can buy a car. You can, you're not just walking to places. You can actually go somewhere yourself, right?
Yeah, it became more widespread. Plus, we had, TVs came then, so then advertising came. So the spending boom came.
Yeah.
Now there was advertising obviously on the radio, but that was for like Ovaltine and for for shit to get at the grocery store.
Exactly.
When they started to be able to have a visual representation of it, it changed. All right.
How are we looking? Oh yeah, got a good one.
Different. All of them are different. I don't know that I like any of them. Reroll the whole thing. I like the art of it better. Like, it's not as artsy now; it's more, game-like.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I should put Unity just to see what happens.
Just to see.
And then people will be able to see the difference in what a Unity and a Unreal actually is.
Oh yeah, like a side by side. Yep. Good idea. That is a good idea.
Oh, I don't have any music on in the background. What is wrong with me?
Yeah, what the heck are you doing, man?
As I remember to do it, 20 minutes or so before we head out.
Yeah, probably should do another.
I just did it.
Another. Seems like it was longer. Another idea for a 4th of July event: zombie presidents like the zombie Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon.
I don't think they'll. Well, maybe. Well, they're passed away, so that's a little bit different. But I had already made some zombie politicians and got shot down on the idea. So I don't know if they'll do that one.
Yeah.
They lasted all of about 6 hours.
Not even. It was like, okay, stream's over, and they're gone. You thought you were going to do that, but you're not.
All right, so Unreal and Unity. So this one here is the Unreal Engine reroll, which came out better than the first time. This one here has that little imp thing, number 3 again. But I mean, even 1 and 2 both look pretty cool. 1 because he has the green eyes with like his eyebrows look like they're like mistletoe.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the Unreal Engine version, and this is the Unity Engine version. It's not hugely different, although I do really like this top, the number 1 again.
Yeah, I like that he's got a pet gnome or whatever you want to call that.
Yeah, goblin or something.
Yeah, it's clutch to have a pet gnome when you're causing shit.
When you're an evil Santa, right? I mean, you need something to go in there and open the door for you.
It is pretty. Yeah, you send him in first.
Not every house has a fucking a chimney, so he's got to get his fat ass in somehow.
Exactly. Gotta send the guy in. He opens the front door. You walk in like you own the place.
But I say that because that is literally how they advertise Santa Claus, as the fat, jolly old man. So do not think I'm body shaming Santa.
Yeah, I mean he is fat. It's good. When you get old and you're fat, like.
Of course, ours is not fat or jolly. Ours seems to be kind of buff and angry. So.
Yeah, he's jacked.
I mean, look, that he's got some Arnold Schwarzenegger arms going on there.
Oh yeah, he's been hitting the gym hard, that guy.
In his hundreds.
He's just like going to the gym.
And this one here is the imp guy. The imp guy is Unreal becomes very cartoony, I guess to say, maybe.
Yeah.
Or not Unreal. Unity becomes very
Unity.
cartoony.
Yeah.
This one's the Unity one. But his face looks like a Joker face on the imp. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, that was the Unity, and this one here is the Unreal. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Alright. None of those are jolly old men. Why am I getting that? That's not even what I'm playing. So this program decided to do an update of some sort.
Oh, right in the middle of your.
No, just last night. So now it's not playing the way that it did.
Gotcha.
It's like. So like I used to be able to just hit play on my intro tracks, and it would just play through them. And then today it would stop. Like it would play the first song, and then it would do, because then I have a sound bite thingy after that, right? For all of them, it's a song, a sound bite, song, sound bite, song, sound bite, song to end. So it would do the song and automatically play the sound bite, and then stop, and wouldn't automatically play the next song. So and then now I have it playing to just play random on their their random playlist, and it just decides to go right back into the playlist. It's just frustrating. It's not how it's supposed to work.
Not what I wanted.
Stop updating stuff and breaking what's not broken.
Oh man.
That's the most frustrating thing in the world, breaking shit that's not broken.
Oh yeah, they do the update and then you're like, what the hell setting did I have? Because it was so long ago.
Right, yeah, like, wait, what? I don't even know where to go to do this now.
Yeah.
You could do a zombie old-time British soldiers, like they came back to finish. I have actually already done them. I have a mouse pad that actually looks exactly like that. That's in black and white, or at least used to. I don't think it's up anymore. I think I might have taken that channel down anyway.
Huh.
Yep. So I'm gonna head back to you, and you can play another round or two, and then after that we'll close out.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
Because I'm getting tired, people. I need to go back to sleep. No, that's actually not what it is.
Take a little nap.
I do want to make some phone calls though. That was the other thing. Yeah, when they were talking about things and about where to have the next live events, that's when I was like, wait a minute, we really do have, like, Cyber Crew is in Phoenix, Flying Phoenix PCs is in Phoenix, which means they have a whole bunch of used PCs that we can just set up for people to play instead of just 2. Phoenix is actually arguably larger than Nashville and more of a gamer community. And Intel, the company Intel, and a whole bunch of other chip companies are right here in the Arizona, Tucson, Phoenix area.
Oh, really? Wow, that's
Right.
crazy.
So we have them, we have CyberQ, me, Flying Phoenix, and then we're only we're 6 hours from Vegas and about 8 hours from San Diego and like 7.5 hours from Los Angeles. So all of the large companies would be easily be able to get here.
Crazy. I didn't
The large
realize. Yeah,
partners.
I have no idea the geography of the states. So
Right.
when you say it, but now I'm like, oh shit, that's where you are. Okay.
And that's driving. So like flights are like hour flights.
Yeah, and over there, like I was saying yesterday, I'm pretty sure they're like $90 to fly across the states.
Yeah, it doesn't, and to fly in and out of just Tucson is actually pretty cheap, but Phoenix is an even more common destination. So, like, a lot of professional athletes actually live in the Arizona area because the weather's the
Oh,
same,
really?
like most of the year. So they'll do a lot of flying because it's again it's like an hour flight. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not the flight is nothing for them to just travel back and forth once a week, when they need to.
Yeah. Nice and easy.
Right. And a lot of larger companies are moving here because of the Silicon. We're supposedly going to be the next Silicon Valley. Nvidia is about to build a plant here. Intel is going to build another plant down here in Tucson. Because the Pima County, which is the county of Tucson, they're very friendly towards incoming tech companies.
That's good. They're smart. They're saying, you know what? We can bolster our economy on these things
Right, exactly.
that are not going away. Oh my God! Didn't I reload a second ago?
And then, one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is, remember the movie with Pauly Shore for Biodome?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the actual real Biodome, Earth 2, is here in
Oh,
Tucson,
really?
Arizona. Right, yes.
And then they actually film in that?
Yeah, because after they closed it, yeah. But the actual real it's still live and used. It's just not, they don't have 7 people locked in it for 2 years anymore.
Okay.
But it is still a real thing that you can go and tour and all of that. But yeah, it was real and it's here. Like, so even 30, 40, whatever long ago that was, I think it was 30 something years ago, that Tucson was already trying to be that spot, that tech space.
Crazy. Well, I mean, that's so. What they locked 7 people in for 2 years,
Yeah.
and then you had to survive while being in there. And
Well,
then how'd it go?
so the it was called Earth 2, and it was literally just an experimental dome that everything was provided for. So the idea was it was a scaled ratio that 7 people would replicate the idea of 7 billion people on the planet because of a space per use case.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then they would try to survive and keep everything clean and survivable during that time with no outside help. and it was televised, and there was, they were doing shows, that kind of stuff, check-ins, all that kind of, it was a pretty popular thing during the time. I don't remember if they actually made it the whole 2 years though, because it didn't take long before the water started to get, pretty dirty and like, you know what I mean? And like these were professionals, like they were doctors and professionals in their field that knew that supposedly would know how to, fix things and if things broke and do all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I don't remember if they made it the whole way. I would have to research that again. And again, that's one of the, like when I lived in LA, I didn't do anything touristy. Now I've lived here for almost 7 years now, and not once have I went there, even though I'm actually interested in it. It's like, cool. I live here. Yeah, I'll get to it, and then you never get to it.
Like we have that Ripley's Believe It or Not in Toronto, and I had never gone, and then it was my buddy's birthday.
In LA too.
Went there, and it was pretty cool. But I never, it would be the same thing. I just never would have ended up going had it not been for that guy. And I was like, yeah, this is. I mean, I love fish and sharks, and they're
the wonders of the world. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, like you see, these seahorse creatures and starfish, and pretty wild.
I miss Ripley's Believe It or Not. That was a show when I was a kid. So.
Yeah, it was on like the weekend, wasn't it? Like Friday night or something, Saturday night.
I remember it was just one of those shows that like the whole family would sit down and watch, like no matter which family it was, like everybody watched it. So.
It was like, the traveling circus in your home.
Yeah. That and Unsolved Mysteries. Just watch that all the time.
That was a good one.
The one with Robin Leach. Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Oh, Rich and Famous, yeah. I'm Robin Leach, and this is the Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Yeah. And then they just flipped that into a show called Cribs.
Yeah, exactly.
On MTV, essentially.
Yeah, like that worked. Nailed it on that one.
Yeah.
They nailed it.
Yeah, these were all fun shows. These were shows that were they were the shows that you watched if you didn't want to actually get like some kind of moral life lesson, because it was just a show about something specific with no real goal or agenda to it. Everything else you watched had you were learning something. You watched ER, you had to learn something from the episode. Like they were trying to teach you a moral concept.
You just go back to watching shit.
Right, like even Friends, every episode had like a moral repercussion in some way, shape, or form that they're trying to teach you.
Yeah. They still do that now quite a bit.
They do. Yeah. I mean, without a doubt, if you watch most shows, you can kind of feel the influence of the show.
Yeah. Especially when you get to season 4, you're like, all right, we get it.
But then some of them are, genuinely like Supernatural. Like I like to watch Supernatural.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely some great shows out there, and even the ones that have their message they're still good enough to watch. You just like, once in a while you got to give a solid eye roll to the thing that happens, right?
I mean, you remember Captain Planet, the cartoon?
Oh yeah.
Like that was like directly in your face, start to recycle now, but it was still worth watching.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm no way saying that just because it has a message, don't watch it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes the message is very good, actually. Maybe you should watch it, right?
Yeah, maybe you might want to put this into your life. I wonder, I'd love to see the stat on my account of how many zombies I've killed.
I can't wait until that's up and live. Blue Mint's gonna have that tracking, right?
Yeah, I think they're gonna be like the source for everything, really.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I ran out of bullets again.
I just forget who is. I believe it's Blue Mint is gonna have our source of tracking for that, or it'll be through them essentially. Like they'll be the tracking source, but you'll still be able to look through the in-game, hopefully.
Yeah.
So I would imagine they made it sound like they already do track all of that. They just don't have a way for us to watch it right now, or for us to view it.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember the Captain Planet episode about being nice to people with AIDS? That was a while. Oh yeah, because AIDS was such an epidemic at that point in time that everything covered it. I mean, as soon as Magic Johnson did his thing in the middle of the basketball court on Staples Center, everybody decided to embrace the how to handle AIDS thing.
Sneaky little guys came out right all up on me. Man, if I didn't run out of ammo, I would actually crush this score.
I still keep getting stuck at 370. 377 is my best. 370 seems to be my average.
Yeah, 370 is about right. And I'll get 350 too when I'm just doing this because I'm not trying to get my best score. I'm just having fun shooting some zombies.
Right. Just killing some zombie time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's zombie killing time.
It's zombie killing time. Died, zombie scum.
Oh, Cletus.
Here we go. Here we go. Couple headshots, couple missed shots. No bigs.
The game is coming, guys.
Man. The moment you've all been waiting for. Greg, every time he does a space, gets me fired up. I'm like, all right, let's go.
That's the thing. I mean, he's like a cult leader that's not going to make us kill ourselves. He just wants us to play the game.
Yeah. And it's going to be funny when, the everything does blow up, to be thinking to yourself like, wow.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember when people were upset that there was multiplayer now, and now we're like doing this, doing that, doing that, doing that. It's pretty sick.
I mean, compare it to like when we're talking about SOCOM or Halo, and people are like, oh yeah, I remember those days. You know what I mean? Now Halo's making a comeback now, SOCOM isn't, but like, oh yeah, I remember SOCOM. Well, that's gonna be this, right? But we're gonna be this is the replacement for exactly what they say it is. It's the replacement for COD Zombies. So now people will be playing this and be like, oh yeah, you remember COD Zombies and that didn't have this and it didn't have that and this does. Like it's the exact same thing that we do when we talk about our old school games.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
and the love you have of them, where you're just like, that game was so much fun. Like I was telling you, I want to get one of those things that has all of the old school games on it,
Right.
Like you get, all the Atari games, all the Nintendo games, and you just play it from your computer, but it actually feels and it is like those games are, imagine 1942. I wonder, do you think 1942 stood the test of time?
I play it. You can play it for free now. You can find places to play that for free.
1942, really?
Yeah. I actually used to have it in one of my forums.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Back when forums were the shit, before Discord was here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had that. I even had Donkey Kong and shit. Like, I had a bunch of games on my forums. That's one of the things I actually... Like, Discord now has... Like, I can invite you into a game right now in this... Oh, no, maybe I can't. So, in the... Wonder why I can't do it here. Oh, so if we were chatting in a public chat in one of our channels, we can invite each other into Discord games in chat.
Oh. That's crazy.
I guess you just can't do it in private.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But like last night when we were talking in the public chat, I could have opened up a game and invited people, and it includes poker. Like there's a poker game. There's a couple games that you can now play in your video chat or voice chat channels in the Discord channel itself.
That's pretty insane, actually.
And one of them is the watch party. So, and that's how you can invite people into your watch party. So, and I also read something about there's now an unlimited viewer watch party that you can make. But really? I don't remember what. I think it has to be through YouTube. I don't remember. It's through somebody. You have to have a connection to something to make it happen. But
right.
So yeah, so Discord's starting to move along too, and realize that they have the capability to do these things. Why not start just integrate it on its own?
Yeah, you're already allowing people to stream and talk and this and that. Why not just go the whole distance.
Right. And I'm sure they also realize that there's a lot of people like me and you know, other streamers that use Discord for specifically this reason, because it's just it's easier to organize a chat and not have to worry about the other possible technical difficulties going into bringing in multiple different microphones and multiple different connections and multiple different videos and hearing them all hear each other at one time. The only real easy way to do that is like this.
Yeah.
To have everybody come into one application. So
it is definitely the easy button.
Well, guys, we once again appreciate you for being here. Lots of big stuff today. Hopefully within the next couple days that will be better clarified. Yeah, we'll go with that one. That'll be better clarified and properly announced and shown. And like he said, he is going to put a Medium article out for everything that he talked about today. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna head out for the day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning at the same 9 a.m. time. Let me check real quick before I go. I did see something about some new some new events that popped up. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. is the Game Zone, so my 5 p.m. That would be 7 p.m. Eastern. There's one in Game Zone episode 5. That is with Kyle, it looks like. And Monday, December 5th at 7 a.m. is the Undead Blocks Game Awards, Game 3 Awards. So, man, that's an early morning for me. So that's 9 a.m. for you guys. That's 7 a.m. for me. That's an hour earlier than we started today. But you know what? That's an important one, so we will be there for that too. So yeah, if you guys haven't followed that stuff yet on the Discord, go ahead and check in on those events. Show that you're interested. I'm sure that Grant and everybody will be happy about it. Hopefully we win an award. I'm pretty sure that we should get something. I don't think there's any other FPSs that are as advanced as us at this point, so it should be an easy win.
Yeah.
So that's my thinking on that. So I will. I'm gonna run the ad, the sponsor ad, one more time on the way out, guys, and then we're gonna see you tomorrow. You have anything else you want to head on?
No, man. No, that was a great day. It was awesome hanging with you all again. Thanks so much for dropping in. A pleasure as always. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Later, guys. Have a good one.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Zombie Network News is powered by FlyingPhoenixPCs.com, Quality Reborn. Go to FlyingPhoenixPCs.com to get your quality custom PC using coupon code ZNNUB at checkout for some amazing savings. They even have pre-built PCs with prices starting at just $700. Support Zombie Network News when buying your new PC from FlyingPhoenixPCs.com by using the coupon code ZNNUB.